A Blaxz done the place, man. Ain't no other.
Done the place international, I'm a bad, sir. I wanna find them big hits Sunday. No, sir. Tiny run the place, like you go on, sir. Blaxz done the place, oh, you bad, sir. Sean burn down the place, you just have burn up the place. Hey, call the water truck, you know. Can you see who bad Starface said that?
I work in blood clot. I work in blood clot. I work in blood clot hours.
Mr. Blaxz will close his eyes and open his eyes, cause Jaja is eye straight. Hey, it is going out and it's coming in. Hey, Jaja is eye straight. So Mr. Blaxz will put on the wings and fly to Zion. Big get a drum, the conquering lion. Put on the wings and fly to Zion. Big get a drum, the conquering lion. And then your mother and father say they shall be longer, cause Jaja is eye straight. Hey, blessed is the man who was not in the council of the ungodly. Oh, Jaja is eye straight. Hey, so Blaxz put on the wings and fly to Zion. Big get a drum, the conquering lion. Put on the wings and fly to Zion. Big get a drum, the conquering. Cause every knee shall bow, every tongue shall tell of the black God of Israel. Hey, every knee shall bow, every tongue shall tell of the black God of Israel. Hey, the wicked set themselves against Simon, but Blaxz him never afraid, cause Jaja is eye straight.
I work in blood clot hours.
Godliness, so Mr. Blaxz appeared, cause Jaja is eye straight. Hey, so Blaxz put on the wings and fly to Zion. You get the drum, the conquering lion. Put on the wings and fly to Zion. Conquering lion.
Well, this is Chucky the real star, and right now I represent for the big man, done the place international. Well, Easy Blaxz done the place, Tiny run the place. You know, so right now we are gonna run the place with some ganja. Blaxz right now we are gonna done the place with some marijuana. Done the place international, and me I represent for Chucky the real star, tell them. Done the place of the herbalist, conclusion. Marijuana is the meditation. We are spread the message to all the nation. Jamaican, American, Canadian, European, African, all the Dutch and Japanese. Blazing up the place. You know, so right now we are gonna run the place with some ganja. Blaxz right now we are gonna done the place with some marijuana. Done the place international, me I represent for Chucky the real star, tell them. Done the place of the herbalist, conclusion. Marijuana is for meditation. We are spread the message to all the nation. Jamaican, American, Canadian, European, African, all the Dutch and Japanese. We're blazing up the trees. Excuse me, let me light my split. Bob Marley, Peter Tosh Bun Chalice in the house of their queen. And more times it brown, sometimes it green, and sometimes it black. The original herbalist know what I mean. Say Blaxz and a fresh brown bag on the plane. The BC green just come off of the train. And last week we harvest, we and still black stain. Me ready for your break, come we relax. We brain tiny fast with the ratchet and the sorry board. We cutting up the ganja, make the catchy overload. I'm in chalice mode and ready for touchy road. We hide them locked down at the ganja man code, so we spell it out. G-A-N J-A-M-A-I-C-A-H-Y-D-R.
Lord have mercy. All the ganja man, them dreadlocks I want Beyonce. They come tickle my fancy. And Jennifer Lopez, we come mash down my bed. I say Rasta if you will. Please send another sound for me to kill. Them selector take too much chicken pill. Lord, them come in at the dance and a rub and a pose. I pierce them ears and I bore them nose. Them so a Victoria's Secret and pantyhose. When you sit down the place, somebody stand up and pose it off the bun. Janu, we know it off the balong balong bang 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 long. Hey, if them dismissed, find them set up on the dead soundness. Done the place international. I tell them I done the place sound.
Run it, run it.
You kill through hills and valley. Murder sound in the old gangster alley.
Talk now. You can't talk. Sound the big thing now.
Listen to the #1 foundation sound station for the nation, the entire generation. Done the place international, a real battlefield marshal. Louis Gangali culture say Anna is the banner. Blaxz done the place a large. Watch ya, Tiny run the place. Sean burn down the place. Touch. Louis culture say nothing touch. Kill them dead before them spread up plate and them let come and run. Hey! If them this, them a go get dismissed. Find themselves up on the dead soundless. Down the place international chemist studies. How we a teacher with apprentice. Down the place tell them you kill through hills and valley. Murder so we not the old youngster alley. No fun shatter where we sip and alley. When them think we dead back in the juggling we rally. We hold them all, lock them off. Idiot sound where we kill off. Oh, you get your front stripe, take it off. Come and get the front bench, rip off. Tell them don't the place to rip.
Yeah, blessed be the blessed be, and this one is a special live location for all the Empress. Them it know we love you. Yeah. Big up Tiny Run Place. Wanna say Blaxz done the place. Peace of Magnum, wanna say. Ladies, I love you. Run the track. Okay. Girl, don't you break my heart. You're the star of my destiny, the only love that I can feel. Don't let them tear us apart. We've been together for too long for them to take her love away. Girl, don't you break Tiny's heart. You're the star of my destiny, the only love that I can feel. Don't let them tear us apart. We've been together for too long for them to take her love away. They never did it when we did us suffer. We never have no breakfast, lunch, or dinner, yo. All when we have to sleep in the car, cause the rest never be on the land. Yeah. Big up Tiny Run Place. Wanna say Blaxz done the place. Peace of Magnum, wanna say. Ladies, I love you. Okay. Girl, don't you break my heart. You're the star of my destiny, the only love that I can feel. Don't let them tear us apart. We've been together for too long for them to take her love away. Girl, don't you break Tiny's heart. You're the star of my destiny, the only love that I can feel. Don't let them tear us apart. We've been together for too long for them to take her love away. They never did it when we did us suffer. We never have no breakfast, lunch, or dinner, yo. All when we have to sleep in the car, cause the rent never pay and the landlord kick we out. Soon as them see we start make it, your heart them ready fi come take it. Still you not left me out. We have we house, them can't kick we out. Tell the hypocrisy shut them out. Them can't stop, done the place down, yo. Girl, don't you break my heart. You're the star of my destiny, the only love that I can feel. Don't let them tear us apart. We've been together for too long for them to take your love away. Girl, don't you break Blaxz heart. You're the star of my destiny, the only love that I can feel. Don't let them tear us apart. We've been together for too long for them to take your love away.
Babylon prepare. I out them a want so wicked and so unfair. I out them a bad like they just don't care. Shoot those motherfuckers anywhere. Cause we ain't scared of the cops. Come on them bust shots. Shoot them in the mouth and make it for them dead. Boom! From your in police, put your hand up in the air. Kill those motherfuckers like you just don't care. Hey, fire Blaxz, kill those pigs over there. With a care, with a care, with a care. Yeah! El Presidente in the crew, and chew, boom. Batty boy outside the might get slew. Yo, let blood clappies and Tiny go show. Babylon prepare. I am what them want so wicked.
I work in blood clot hours.
They just don't care. Shoot those motherfuckers anywhere. Cause we ain't scared of the cops. Come on them bust shots. Shoot them in the mouth and make it board them neck back. Cause we ain't scared of the cops. Those blue suit baguettes make me crush them out. Like some fucking worms and maggots. Cause we ain't scared of the cops. Come on them bust shots. Shoot them in the mouth and make it board them neck back. Cause we ain't scared of the cops. Those blue suit baguettes make me crush them out. Like some fucking worms and maggots. Sure, you know how long I've been wanting this. Babylon pull me over with them, get them one could take me split. Jam me by me turban and ask me what the fuck this is. It's only marijuana meditation, what you think it is? Smoke it with the woman, them smoke it amongst the little kids. Would I give you some to smoke? But you is a fucking pig. Shut him in a fucking face and put him in the fucking pitch and make you know how gangsta man I live. Cause we ain't scared of the cops. Come Come on and bust shots. Shot them in the mouth and make it board them neck back and we ain't scared of the cops. Those blue suit faggots make we crush them up like some fucking worms and maggots. Cause we ain't scared of the cops. Come on and bust shots. Shot them in the mouth and make it board them neck back and we ain't scared of the cops. Those blue suit faggots make we crush them up.
I work in blood clot hours.
Oh, baby, I don't know my lady. I don't know, see, baby. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder I'll never make it into this world when I have a new. I just don't ever do. And sometimes it seems that this world closing ahead of me, and there's no way of breaking free. And then I see you reach for me. Sometimes I wanna give up, I wanna give in, I wanna quit the fight. And then I see you, baby, and everything's alright. And everything's alright. When I see you smile, I can face the world. Oh, you know I can do anything. When I see you smile, I see your rings of life. Oh, I see you shining right to the way now. When I see you smile, oh, baby, when I see you smile,
watch out, have mercy. Oh, yeah. I just a Coca-Cola bottle shape, I hit around the place. Broke out, gala, you have the shape. Coca-Cola bottle shape, I hit around the place. Skin out, gala, you have the shipping at the place. Uptown girl, I'm the shipping at the place. Downtown girl, I'm the shipping at the place. London girl, I'm the shipping at the place. New York girl, I'm the shipping at the place. Canadian girl, I'm the shape. I them have the shape and I see man head in. I them have the shape, make man body shape. I them a fling big stone and bust up man face. I them have the shape, I go all in the plate. All them attack, girl, make them fret. Now you don't know you are your man and left. You a pimp choice, pimp first prize. Don't punch a coat, girl, you are it. Why? You are the wife. Man first choice. Wife. You wear the ring. Wife. You a get everything. Wife. You come first. Wife. You ma fat up your purse. All them attack, girl, make them fret. Now you don't know you are your man and left. You a pimp choice, pimp first prize.
I work in blood clot hours.
Premium sex. I want thing to you for the say I'm an stamp saint. Position. All of the girls them watch this.
I work in blood clot hours.
Watch this. Position. Hold up your head and cock up your bottom. Hold on for the bed and hold on strong. Screaming and moaning me things say a storm. But you have to request the work me perform Jennifer and down. Premium sex. I want thing to you for the say I'm an stamp saint. Position. All of the girls them watch this. Watch this. Position. Hold up your head and cock up your bottom. Hold on for the bed and hold on strong. Screaming and moaning me things say a storm. But you have to request the work me perform Jennifer and down. Party up in the ear, everything round a back. Position me thinking is a back shot. Breast ever stiff and punani fat. Action start, now thinking to stop. Skin out punani, sink down me cock. Going in the morning at 6 o'clock. Top class jockey, experience shock. Bed pop down, still a prolong the act position. Hold up the head and cock up your bottom. Hold on for the bed and hold on strong. Screaming and moaning, me think say a storm. But you have to request the
Ling-a-ling-a-ling, and silent swing. DJ Dave stack up in the beer bomb rhythm. Ling-a-ling-a-ling, gold bell a ring. Knife and fork a fine for dumpling. Booyaka, booyaka, for Shabba ranking. Shabba rocks disappear with another man change. So them are the done to the biz, we have the key. Put the down to the key and turn them in a donkey. Yes, them are the done to the biz, we have the key. Put the down to the key and turn them in a donkey. Who they think they are? Yes, they can't allow me. I am the general in the DJ army. Only I am cross all the tea. And sit all the gal them tickle fancy. And anywhere we go, y'all gone crazy. Listen, ding-a-ling-a-ling, school bell a ring. Knife and fork a fight for dumpling. Booyaka, but some are ranking. Some are ranking disappear with you another mountain.
there's such a feeling running through my body, running through my mind, and new things to me. Girl, it makes me wanna love ya. Wanna touch ya, wanna make me love you all night long. Come on, do you wanna,
you mash up in America. Give me the wine where you mash up in Canada. Give me the wine where you mash up the 14 Paris in Jamaica. Give me the wine where the youth them a ball. Give me the wine where the mugglers a scream for. Give me the wine where rookie little bubble. When the MCG wine and she a scream for. Go wine. Give me the go wine. Give me the go wine. Give me the go wine.
Me and the girl them gishada. Be a sexy girl, me a corona and a sata. The girl them send me. Everybody don't know me name now. I'm going to all the man we have 10 gal and 1 yard. Mission, me and the girl them gishada. Be a sexy girl, me a corona and a sata. The girl them send me out a harder. And a slack me take it off of me harder. Again, me and the girl them gishada. Be a fat girl, me a corona and a sata. The girl them send me out a harder. And a slack me take it off of me harder. Well, so the father for the son. The poopa was a girl, see him coming home. Brother me brother them get 15 son. Couldn't afford to let me hold on down. Everywhere we go and everywhere we come, me a gal a shout. See me man ya come. The gal them know me man, so me say platinum. Enough married life, me make mash up and done. Run the track, give them work and fun. I am the old gallist, I am second to none. Child play me a the beamer, time to fun. Me a the gal them gishada. Me a fat gal, me a corona and a sata. The gal them send me out a harder. And a slack me take it off of me father. Again, me a the gal them gishada. Poor gal them me wet my father. The gal them send me out a harder. And a slack me take it off of me father. When you hear hypocrites are gone, blow them, make them sit on hard. I don't think yes international, yeah. That's better. Gangsta Gorilla, Mr. Pepper, yeah. Representing. I done the place international, yeah. Only Hypocrite and Badmind and the partial. Yo, Blaxz. Yo, Visa. Listen me good. When you hear hypocrites are talk, blow them, make them sit and talk. All them can do a flip and talk. Done the place, them can't knock off. You mad? Hypocrites are talk, blow them, make them sit and talk. All them can do a flip and talk. It's a place them can't pick up. No for them clear them with you. Why heads are clip you? One come and wrestle and smith you. One sneak up a nice picture. I'll take your bicycle, you that's so tight. You don't know where it's on. Down the place, Father God, we chat with you and relieve the burdens them where you're up with you. Work interface, majesty, we up with you. Blacks do not make them trip you. When you hear what hypocrites are talk, blow them, make them sit and talk. Big bad down the place, even the Blaxz. Down the place, I got drop it. Circle. Down the place, I say, circle. Hey, down the place, certain boy. We don't wanna run from them. I push to them, a big fussy. Take my big bad down the place. Yeah, big bad down the place. Even the Blaxz. See that? I got drop it. Certain. Down the place, I said, certain. Hey, down the place, certain boy. We don't wanna run from them. I push to them, a big fussy. Take my word to know, and down the place go find out. I push to them, a big fussy. Certain boy. We don't wanna run from them. I push to them, a big fussy. Take my word to know, and Blaxz them go find out.
I east side, down the place, I VK. Big matic, bam and grenade there down the place. We send your marrow go a place where gravity no exist. You have to stay there, no sound, no fuck round. We are not daycare. We shoot sound in the face. Beer flames making all them dome segregate. Down the place, I step out with the care. Big chopstick, I roll out every day. Is it? Blaxz clip longer than brochure when them roll out 9X and 4-4. Yo, I done the play sound, kill them more sound. I'm so sure you know I know if you don't know. Brand new matic broad like a toll road and a snow cone. Chatata damn broke bone. Every sound joke out when you roll out. Done the play sound, easy. Done the place a real killer. One gun from you this with dog. Everything mad. Easy, yo, done the place sound. Yo, Blaxz.
Blaxz done the place, come make them vex. True, we no make pen and dopey we make. Gone uptown with a little need peps. Gun from belly, the berry never left.
Government badness and jewelness. Blaxz done the place they ain't no same now roll left in INX. Top rap, millions they beside jet. Alright then, must see true man and fuck them family. Make money like politics, me know that I mash up the men. If we make one call to a family, I'll be a gun shovel. If we feel everybody fi dead, them fi know we are done in on the street and not broke badness. Every day we are collect bread. Yeah, boy we now sympathy, so better you got sorry for yourself. Them can't rush with, them can't grab with. Them know say the gun the back of we Ganzi. Yeah, we have been knock knee clip, we have been bandy. Them know say we no pre-sweet like candy. Pre like zombie, fi kill constantly. We are money maker, them sound they got tongue fish. Don't get fi me boss angry. Cause what? Fi be boss over like Cambridge. And we are fuck them family.
Right now, them gonna get disgrace. Or them for the right, or them for blood clot test Blaxz. You hear that? A gunshot in your fucking head back. Oh no, you should ashamed. Every time you play the word dance, I complain. Your Twitter sound fuck up and your back's them a strain. Oh no! Well, it's a killing affair and Red Rat is here. Hear me now, Blaxz. Done the place. When the AK clap it, burn him face, I don't know. Them start war and I run the race. Alright, now them gonna get disgrace. Or them for the right, or them for blood clot test Blaxz. You hear that? A gunshot in your fucking head back. Oh no, you should ashamed. Every time you play the word dance, I complain. Your Twitter sound fuck up and your back's never strain. But vexing up, cause you a give sound bad name. Dirty stinking sound boy, you should ashamed. Every time you play the word dance, I complain. Your Twitter sound fuck up and your back's never strain. But vexing up, cause you a give sound bad name. Kill that Blaxz, yo. The crowd tell me say, it can't spend 5 minutes. And then tell me say, Jamaica didn't gang some represent him for Blaxz down the place. I mean say Blaxz. You know say your mother always a tell you, say don't drink the soup while it's hot, Blaxz, give me a light. Blaxz, you know say I'm a brother from another band. One of them singing. Remember God now. Are the loyalty for me, Blaxz, watch your my eat. Cha-cha. Revenge, it dish better when it cold. Blaxz in a wild and soul. Blaxz, give me a light. Blaxz, you know say I'm a brother from another band.
Yeah, Blaxz done the place. What am I doing?
Remember God now. Are the loyalty for me,
Blaxz done the place, man.
Blaxz, watch your my eat.
I work in blood clot hours.
Revenge, it dish better when it cold. Blaxz in a wild and soul. Them be lick of the things where you do for them. Like them get this far upon them own. Them remember the hungry days, the humble days in a slumber race. Wild can't tame the jungle ways. Product of the ghetto but on a gun your rate. Blaxz mommy always tell me, people are gonna be people. Use you when them need to. Carry you, bring you like a vehicle. People will say them good to you, turn around evil. Blaxz have him hype on them like the eagle. You know how we do. Blaxz the border man grateful. Loyalty wet, them not faithful. Them cut as a plate full. Blaxz are you set the table, not a chair pull. And now put no clothes on the naked show. Now technical, airplane mode. You think you can pretend things good. Hey boy, you now get Blaxz ratings fall. Blaxz mommy always tell me, people are gonna be people. Use you when them need to. Carry you, bring you like a vehicle. People will say them go to you, turn around evil. Blaxz have to be hype on them like
Blaxz, yeah. You done the place and then you blast off. Look on them a chat, but you a get the last laugh. Yo, what am I dealing with? I know say from who winning. Style them different on your melody too. Oh God, Blaxz, yeah. You done the place and then you blast off. Look on them a chat, but you a get the last laugh. Things say them did hot, but them cool and them fall off. Not even summertime, them did hot, them a small talk. Yeah, right now, you depend on another level. Can't go stop the money where you're stacking it, you never tell. No tell sound. Yo, what am I dealing with? You know, say from who winning. Style them.
I work in blood clot hours.
Yeah. You done the place and then you blast off. Look on them a chat, but you a get the last laugh. Things say them did hot, but them cool and them fall off. Not even summertime, them did hot, them a small talk. Yeah, right now, you dep on another level. Can't go stop the money where you're stacking it inevitable. No them different, they treat them like you're winning.
I work in blood clot hours.
God, what a legend. Yeah, got you winning and you're willing. Check the winnings. Yeah, me say you're winning and you're willing. And everything you want, even if it is a shilling. Yeah, got you winning and you're willing. Check the winnings. Yes, me say you're winning and you're willing. And everything you want, even if it is a shilling. So make you turn it up and not and show them why you are the baddest and the best sound. Where you run this thing, yeah. The people love you and them treat you like a flower. Plus them know say anything against you now. So what?
Yeah, man, I done the place international, you see me? Blaxz done the place, yo, Pizza, Princess Pro, my DJ Money Sean. I kill some boy tonight, Majestic Vibes, dead, get us started, dead. Yeah, man, I done the place international, you see me? Blaxz done the place, yo, Pizza, Princess Pro, my DJ Money Sean. I kill some boy tonight, Majestic Vibes, dead, get us started, dead. Kevlar Tone, dead, them boy, if you go suck them mama, you see me? Yeah, man, I done the place international, you see me? Blaxz done the place, yo, Pizza, Princess Pro, my DJ Money Sean. I kill some boy tonight, Majestic Vibes, dead, get us started, dead. Kevlar Tone, dead, them boy, if you go suck them mama, you see me? King Judah Selassie, I will please know that, you see me? Yeah, man, let it go, man, cause we come to kill them, you see me? Yeah, man, I done the place international, you see me? Let me know. Oh, Les Morgan. Done the place, yeah. Majestic sound, I got dead tonight.
I work in blood clot hours.
Yeah, man, I done the place international, you see me? Blaxz done the place, yo, Pizza, Princess Pro, my DJ Money Sean.
I work in blood clot hours.
Majestic Vibes, dead, get us started, dead. Kevlar Tone, dead, them boy, if you go suck them mama, you see me? King Judah Selassie, I will please know that, you see me? Yeah, man, let it go, man, cause we come to kill them, you see me? Yeah, man, I done the place international, you see me? Let me know. Les Morgan. Done the place, yeah. Majestic sound, I got dead tonight. Dead tonight. Dead tonight. Get us started, just come and lose them life. Lose them life. Lose them life. Dance floor punk full of people. Four sounds stand in the middle. Done the place is ready to kill them all. We kill them one by one. I'm feeling on people in me closer. Yeah, man, I done international, yes, international, you see me? Blaxz done the place, yo, Pizza, Princess Pro, my DJ Money Sean. I kill some boy tonight, Majestic Vibes, dead, get us started, dead. Kevlar Tone, dead, them boy, if you go suck them mama, you see me? King Judah Selassie, I will please know that, you see me? Yeah, man, let it go, man, cause we come to kill them, you see me? Yeah, man, I done the place international, you see me? Let me know. Les Morgan. Done the place, yeah. Majestic sound, I got dead tonight. Dead tonight. Dead tonight. Get us started, just come and lose them life. Lose them life. Lose them life. Dance floor punk full of people. Four sounds stand in the middle. Done the place is ready to kill them all. We kill them one by one. I'm feeling on people in me closer, one by one. When done the place play, song get murder one by one. I believe you and me, we love in the sound. On the place, the sound boys are fading around us, one by one.
I work in blood clot hours.
I working blood clot hours. Yes, people, what's going on? Let me know if you can hear me good. How does my sound? Talk to me. Dre Nation, Babbzy, big up yourself. Ricky, the big sound. Blaxz, Mr. Working Hours, run Vado dub for me there. Oh, Lord. How do I sound, folks? Do I sound good? Who's that? Coffee. Who's gonna done who? What? What's going on? Guys, tell me how I sound. Can you let me know how I sound, please? Okay. Do I sound good? Or do I sound like messed up? Oh boy. What a day. Okay, I sound good. Let's see who's there. I see some people coming in. So, guys, the breakup of the podcast that we've been hiding on. Maybe I should just bring. What if I should just bring, or should I explain what's happening first? What should I do? Let me just bring them on. Let's see if I can bring them on. Oh, okay. I'm gonna tell Blaxz to run the dub for you. He's not ready yet. Hold on. Let me take him back out. Go back to the green room. Yes. Hi, Keisha, Gaza Ricardo, Christina, Drea Nation, Boss Lady, Kid Chronic. Tomorrow, the hair. You like the hair, huh? Listen, one of the things that I learned how to do when I was in COVID was to do my own damn hair. Because these heifers is like, come to the hairdresser with your hair washed, trimmed, like all these rules now to get your hair done. I'm like, okay, let me just do my hair myself because I don't know why. Why? Now, let's let me take Ricky out for a sec. Okay. Let me the color, you guys like it, eh? Oh, so you like this hair? I thought it made me look Selassie-ish. I'm on the rock. Yeah. All right. So we've been having a lot of problems with this podcast, and it's so interesting to me when, Marlon, the Vent podcast. So let me give you a little breakdown of what's been happening, so maybe that we can understand and we can say, yeah, this is what's happening with the podcast right now. So I didn't actually, let me wheel back to the start. Last year when I came out of retirement, because I was retired pretty much off YouTube. I didn't even start my YouTube career, but I was gone for like 4 years, 4.5, 5 years. I left YouTube because of the toxicity and the madness, right? It was crazy. Like, it was just not what I thought that it was supposed to be like. I guess maybe because I was in the blogging way before people started to come in. I felt like when more and more people started to come, it just started to get really toxic and confusing. And I've never really been a YouTuber like that. So I left YouTube. I was just like, whatever, I don't care. Like, I'm out. And I came back last year and I started to look around and see what was happening in YouTube. And I realized, like, when it came to dancehall blogging, it was like really hitting rock bottom. And more so, artists were complaining to me a lot. They were like, Babbzy, are you gonna come back out in the blogging world? Because these guys that are out here now, they're liar, they're biased, they're this, they're that, like all kind of stuff was happening. And I said, let me see what's happening out there. Big up I Am Coffee Tea. Coffee's there, right? Drea Nation is there. So those are the two channels that I was going on when I came back last year. And Drea's channel is more of a Movado alkaline channel, right? So the conversations on Drea's channel were very different than the conversations on Coffee's channel. The relax, Tamara. So the conversations on Coffee's channel, I noticed a lot of the men that were like really, really loud and talking loud and boisterous, they didn't actually know what they was talking about. I was kind of like, that's not what's happening out here. So, anytime I would try to open my mouth and explain, well, no, internationally, here's what's really happening, I would get silenced quick. Like, it would be like, shut the fuck up, bitch, shut up. Like, it was like mad disrespect. You guys probably heard some of the clips circulating and stuff. So I figured I'm going to have to just come back myself. Even though I never really, really thought I was going to come back into dancehall especially, I was like, I'm going to have to come back. So when I did come back, I decided that I wanted a podcast that was going to have people that actually worked in the industry instead of people that are talking, hey, wife, it's good, God bless. Instead of having people that have nothing to do with the industry talking and like facts, this, facts, that. And it's just like, that's not facts. What are you talking about? So I thought of who I would work well with, and Blaxz came to mind first. First person on my mind was Blaxz down the place. I was like, listen, Blaxz has been in the industry a long time. He travels a lot. He's worldly and he articulates extremely well. You guys hear when Blaxz talks. Like when Blaxz puts his spin on it, that's the end of the conversation right there. So I was like, but I don't know if Blaxz is gonna want to do something like this. I also thought of Ricky Turbo. I thought of Lindo P, Jimmy Spliff, and Nasheen Fire, all for the same reasons. They're industry people. Boss Lady 87, what's up? They're industry people and they know what they're talking about. So I felt like it would be a good mix to have a few people coming on every single week. Nasheen was in therapy and I can't get Lindo P for whatever reason. He won't come. And so Ricky is not able to come all the time, but he comes when he can. So we start the podcast now, and hey, honeybee, what's you doing over here, girl? So we start the podcast now. In the beginning, starts off slow. Everybody's kind of like, oh, please, you don't have no views. Nobody's watching your shit. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. But then we notice it starts to pick up momentum. So now that I miss you too, honeybee, love you, girl. So now that we are getting in the momentum now where it's like, okay, we crack it over 10,000 views a week, 20,000 views a week. Now we start to see the problems with the YouTubers now, because we start saying things that are going against the narrative that they have set for themselves. They have their own narrative where they want to say certain things because they're trying to like make money from people and, get people to get memberships, like all this crazy shit that's going on in YouTube that like me, Ricky, and Blaxz have nothing to do with. Two, we're not a part of the clique on YouTube where we're not friends with these guys. We're not in the same, I guess, lane as them. So we aren't trying to push the same agenda as them, basically. The agenda on YouTube is this. Most of these guys that have become bloggers because they either need money and think that blogging is going to get them a whole bunch of money, or they want attention, but they can't get attention as an artist, which is what they want to be, or as a selector, which is what they want to be, like whatever it is that they want to be, like singers, artists, that type of thing. They're not getting any traction, so they decide that they want to be a dancehall blogger, because a dancehall blogger like criteria is you have to be Jamaican basically to get in, but they don't know anything about dancehall. So what they've done is they've selected sides with people, well, like with artists. So they come in and they're like, okay, I'm a Gaza blogger. The easiest blogger to be is a Gaza blogger, right? Because if you come in and you start talking about dancehall, and you're like, oh, last week I think Chronic Law did this, and this week I think this and that, you're not going to get a lot of people following you, because they're going to be like, who's this and why are they talking? And I don't know who you are, and I'm not listening to you and whatever. So what happened now is a lot of people have just come in and they're like, oh yeah, well, I'm a Gaza blogger, so I am going to talk about Cartel. So if they come in, they say, oh, Vybz Kartel's last music videos a 10 out of 10, they know that all the Gaza people are going to come and support them and look at their video and big them up and say, yeah, right? Now, we know that Vybz Kartel is in prison and he doesn't put out enough content for people to be able to talk about him every single day. So for you to make money on YouTube, you need to be on YouTube pretty much 4 to 5 times a week, probably 6 or 7 times more so. So now you are on YouTube and you don't have enough content to cover Vybz Kartel 5 days a week. So now you have to basically go to plan B. Plan B is to then deal with talking about Vybz Kartel's opposition. Now, Vybz Kartel's opposition would be Idonia, JOP, right? 4th Jenna Strike Force. So Idonia, Governor, that whole clique. or Vendetta, which would be Alkaline's group. That's the two people that are pretty much online that are anti-Gaza in a sense. There's not a lot of JOP people, Fourth Jenna people online, but there's a whole heap of Vendetta people online. So Gaza and Vendetta have some on each side have issues with one another. And these issues keep them thriving because they don't have enough content coming out from the main person, which is their artist. And their artist could be Massacre, Popcorn, Alkaline. No artist puts out enough content that you can talk about them 7 days a week, right? Doesn't matter who it is. Even if it's Chronic Law, who puts out like 2 songs a week, like there's just not enough content to cover. So when the fighting with, let's say, Gaza fighting against Vendetta, when that slows down because there's not enough to fight about, they go to plan C, which is comb the internet and look for people that they can argue with. Insert the dancehall discourse with Blaxz, Ricky, and I. Now, because the Vendetta, Gaza, JOP, whatever arguments, there's not enough of it to go around. They're now taking up argument with us because we're not saying what they're saying. We're speaking from like experience and exposure, and they're speaking from their living room. So this is where the disconnect is coming from now. So last week's video, I don't know if you saw it, it did fairly well, by the way, 20-something thousand views, right? We started to speak about one of the main things that they're always arguing about, which is numbers, right? Oh, this person has gold, and this person is on the RIAA, and this is gold, and this has sold this, and chart data says this, and they're all arguing about these numbers. Now, we gave our perspective on arguing about numbers. We're saying, hey, Fever from Vybz Kartel got gold, right? Congratulations, Vybz Kartel. Do we have a clapping sound for Vybz Kartel? Where's the clapping sound for Vybz Kartel? Where's the clapping sound? Let me see if I got it. Yeah. Right. So Vybz Kartel went gold for Fever. But we're saying, right? Sim Simma never went gold, and Sim Simma is a 10 times bigger song than Fever, right? Like, actually, there's a challenge going on social media right now surrounding Sim Simma. So clearly it's a big song. So we're saying just because a song went gold doesn't necessarily mean that it's a huge song or it's bigger than a song that did not go gold or platinum, right? And the other part of the discussion is, well, Kartel is independent. So when Kartel goes gold, that means the rest of these dudes, they're not trying because Kartel is in jail and he went gold, and you know, all these other guys are on the road and Kartel's running laps around, and we're like, how do you know Kartel didn't drop $2 million for promo on Fever? Like, what makes you assume that because Vybz Kartel is independent that he has not spent a dime in marketing? You're making like illogical assumptions. You're assuming that people who are signed have billions of dollars backing them in their in music, and then you're assuming that people who are independent have 5 cents to put into marketing and they have no money, right? Like, we don't know how much money Kartel put in Fever, right? We don't know if he put $500,000 to promote the song. So why are we making it seem like, oh, he's behind bars and he's not even trying and he's running laps around all these people out here and he's in jail and these people are on the streets, and we're like, but you don't know that. You don't know how much money he's put into marketing. So why are you making it seem like, yes, Fever going gold is an accomplishment. No one is disputing that. But what you're making it seem like is like, oh, nothing went behind this song. This song just made it on the list organically, which it may have, right? Or Kartel might have had Tesha Miller sell off all of the Klansmen's property to pay for marketing. Like, we don't know how much money independent artists put into their into their marketing, right? And because Blaxz, Ricky, and I work in the industry, we're saying you can't just one-to-one do this line like, oh, you're independent, so that means you don't. No, you don't know that. You're arguing assumptions, and we don't argue assumptions. We debate facts, right? And then we talk about our opinion based on the facts. The fact is, you don't know how much money Cartel has put into Fever. So why are we gloating on social media about how much Cartel's in prison and he's done this? Congrats to Cartel, but we don't know that he didn't spend a whole heap of money in marketing. So why are we talking like he didn't spend a dime? So this pissed people off now. So now we notice whenever we put our titles up, I could put up our video from the beginning of the week. People are going to take the topic and try to go before us. So normally we go live Tuesday at 8 p.m., right? A lot of time I'll post up the live from the Sunday. Monday, all these dudes are doing the topics that we're talking about. All of them. They just jump in front of the topic so that they could talk about it before we do. So it looks like they're the ones that came up with the topic, right? 2, clearly everyone knows we go live Tuesday at 8 p.m. All of a sudden now, the people who are pissed off are going live at 8 p.m. as well. So this week, it happened yesterday and the day before, where the time we said that we were going to come out, they went live at the same time. So we're thinking to ourselves like, listen, why are we going to be in a battle with people who actually have no link to the industry? Let's just get rid of the podcast. Because, clearly everyone's upset about it. So let's just roll up out of here and do our own thing. So that's why we're like, let's just take the podcast down and take it apart and let them have their space, because clearly they are more interested in fighting against each other over, whatever artist they're backing versus the actual truth, which none of them have. None of these bloggers have the facts because they're not in the dance, right? If I go right now and I look and see what the top song is on YouTube in Barbados, it does not mean that that's the top song in the dancehall in Barbados. It means that's the top song on YouTube in Barbados. And now what you're doing is you're saying, this is a song that's running the road in Barbados. No, it might not be. It may not be. And what people need to understand about stats is stats are not linear. They're multidimensional. So there was a time where Amari was on the top 10 chart across the entire Caribbean for Nico, right? Her music video, when she did about Gully Bob. That song that song was not playing in the dance hall. However, people were checking out the song because of how stupid the song was. So she was getting people viewing her song because it's stupid. She wasn't getting people viewing her song because it was a tune and a hit, She was getting people viewing the song because it's stupid. But those views put her on the top 10 list. So yeah, if we want to sit down and say Amari made the top 10 list for dancehall in this month in all these islands, yeah. But her song is not big. Her song's not playing in the dancehall. Nobody's jamming to the song. She's not getting money pull up. Right? So what does a stat really mean? It means on YouTube, she has a lot of views. You don't know if that's a good view or a bad view. So what has happened is we're bringing the truth now. And this is where the problem is coming from. So I was going to trick you guys really, really badly and make it seem like we were all at war and that we were fighting and we were beating up each other. But because you guys got so devastated when you saw me putting a post up, I said I can't even go much further with this trick because you guys are not dealing with it well. Like I got calls, people was cussing me out. They're like, no, you cannot cancel the podcast, Babbzy. We love Ricky, we love Blaxz, we love you guys. I was just like, nah, we done, man. We out. And they're like, no, Babbzy, what are we gonna do? Give me Ricky's number. We're gonna talk to Ricky. And I'm just like, listen, no. Let's talk, guys. Let's hear you guys. I don't hear either of you. Let me see. Say something. Ricky? Mike
Yeah,
on.
yo.
Yeah, Ricky. Let's hear you, Blaxz. Blaxzy. we have to talk so I can hear you. Listen. I was gonna come on. I was gonna be like, "Yo, these guys that's fighting against me because I got more dubs than them." I was gonna think of something, but then I was like, "You guys is taking this real hard, so I don't want to do it." We're not getting rid of the podcast. We're not going nowhere. In fact, if we could go 2 times a week, we would come out here 2 times a week. To be honest, but it's just scheduling is just scheduling is a serious issue for us because we have the number one. We have the number one juggling sound. We have the number one juggling sound, and then we have the number one clash sound, and these niggas is flying everywhere, so we can't meet up as much as we would like. We were thinking maybe we might pre-record one of them, and then actually do the other one live. But someone said stop run them joke there. Listen, I knew you guys were gonna be like, listen. Coffee called me this morning. I'm like laying down. Coffee's like, yo, what y'all do, Babbzy? I'm sorry for calling you straight, dog. You know, I'm in a know if I should even call you right now, but dog, what y'all deal with, dog? No, dog. So I'm like, Coffee called me. He's like, no, Babbzy, you can't get rid of the Babbzy. No, like he was livid. He's like, yo, man, what you need from me? Me would kick off the people them fists. I'm like, Coffee, calm down. We gonna be here. We are gonna be here. So Ricky, Blaxz, tell us how you feel about this. That we're the target podcast right now because we're talking the truth.
You know, you can hear me clearly.
Yeah, you sound good.
All right, that's good. That's good. Yeah, because we were speaking about this for a couple of days throughout the week, and it was very entertaining to me. First of all, 20-something thousand people were viewed the podcast. Was it 26,000 or something like that?
Something like that.
20.
Yeah.
It was crazy, Babs. I saw your big pan the thing, man. And we were talking some good stuff, Black, so that's why they were tuning in still. So these other people that are Gaza, Gullies, and all these other podcast people, I don't know them, B.
Yeah.
I don't want to know them.
Yeah.
And, you know, unless they step up their game, then it's no worth or value for us to even talk about them. They're getting their biggest promotion right now because them try to do what them do. But after this, after today, we never talk about them again. Their history.
Oh, we just press gas, dog. All of us have Beamers,
Right.
don't we? Don't we all have Beamers?
Saying I got rid of the beamer still. Yes.
We all have Beamers. Big up man like Hutch, by the way. So yeah, no, how you feel, Blaxzy?
I mean, I see what's going on. I keep telling you, I don't really give a fuck, guy. I don't see these people outside. I don't hear their names. Like, I don't know these people. You see, if it was a situation I'd bought them up somewhere, I might pre them more. If I knew I went to their town and saw them on the road, I might pre the situation more. But dog, the man them are locked up in their yard. You Ricky, tell them how we're outside. I'm outside right now with my laptop.
Right.
And this is
I can't get worked up about it, and they can't diss me. They can say what they want. They can't diss me, my life. You know why? Because they've never ever seen me in real life to say any opinion what they have. Number one. Number two, like I told you guys last week, a lot of their arguments are like Bounty Killer says, they're like kind of argument, my life. They don't even make sense. They don't even understand the shit they're even talking about. So again, you can't even trigger me because when I hear the argument, you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. You're this number, like this whole numbers thing, like they don't. So you guys can't trigger me. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck. If I see them on the road, I won't give a fuck. You're directly gonna have to be like, that's the guy, and we're still gonna be like, who?
Who's that? Who's that?
To be honest, I do feel though a lot of the target is me, right? Because I am very disliked by dancehall bloggers, the lower end ones, like the Terradans and the upper echelon dudes. We good, you know what I mean? But the lower dudes.
1 second, stop calling them name because people are gonna search them when you call them name.
No, Terradan is number one.
Already a million times, you know, and she's not listening.
No, Terradan is Team Babbzy, so I'm gonna call his name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Rapper Crapper is Team Babbzy. Call his name. You know what I'm saying?
I like that part.
Watch it, Blaxz. Right. I should be showing my finger at you. You come here playing all kind of dub, play Chronic Law dub and thing. You do a Harry Toddler thing. Like, don't make me go in the box, bruh. Don't make me go in the box. Like we got
Yo,
toddlers
Nikita.
too.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Nikita said it good. He said we're not sitting on an air flight. You know, so I go to the airport sometime and I buck up on, you know, Mataran with the air, and I buck up on what name that Richard Thomas called the real name to ask that Babyface big up. I buck up on certain people at the airport, but we're not gonna buck up them. We are disrespect the podcast. We're not gonna do them anywhere, but they're on road and we're not see them.
Yo, Rick, you see all the whole year bridging them are in WhatsApp groups and stuff?
Oh,
One
man,
day
I'm
they're
not
having an argument. Yeah, all your friends. All your friends.
Interesting.
So one day we're arguing, not we, they're having an argument on the WhatsApp. And I said to the man, there's a one selector that was in there in the middle of the argument getting heated. And I said, bro, you ever pass these guys at customs? Like if you're waiting and then you see me come through, or you ever pass these guys like in the, me see Joshua Lucas at the airport the other day. Allow me to tell Hutch? All right.
Right.
See it? And this is Mr. My lord, if you don't see these guys when you're connecting flights, and you get what I'm saying? Why are we speaking to them?
You know who I saw? I have to tell you.
You go to certain international events and you see certain people that you see in New York and in Jamaica, and you see them around the place. So when you don't see those guys, why are you arguing with them? They're looking to come up. They want somebody to hype on so they can be like, them pop off a stripe guy. You have to ignore them and let them get their air miles up. You know what man me say, yo, you can't chat to me. Get your air miles up, son.
I'll tell you, I was in the airport and you know who I saw? I don't remember his name. He's in a movie with Denzel Washington, and he's in the army or something, and he was sexually abused as a child, and then but it was a big movie, man. Somebody in the comments come tell me the name of the movie, please. He has a black movie. So Denzel Washington was like his like boss in the army, navy, or whatever it was that he was going in, and then he was dating a girl in the army, navy too, but he was having issues because he was molested as a child. Derek Fisher, is that the name of the movie? Does that sound? Derek Fisher.
Come on,
Derek Fisher.
Nikita, Keisha, give it to us. Who is it? Jamrock Record, give it to us. Who is it?
Is that Hutch back there? It's Derek Fisher.
Private Fisher. The kid.
Oh, Private Fisher. That's what it's called. I saw him. So I saw the dude in the movie. And he was like, yo, Babbzy, da, 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 da. I'm like, nigga, ain't you Hollywood? Like, you know what I mean? And he's just like, yeah, I was watching the video. I was like, you watch me? Like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's crazy. The people that, like, you know, you go to an island and, like, I'm in Grenada and the prime minister's like, don't cuss me on no video, you know, because then he's like, how my outfit looking? And, like, I'm like, the prime minister's telling me don't cuss him on a video. Like, what's going on here? That was when the prime minister was Keith Mitchell. But no, we're not going nowhere. In fact, I want to press gas and step on these dudes harder. Since you guys is bitches and you're crying, stop crying. Stop crying. Get your game up.
So do not promote them.
No,
don't
we're
call
not promote
them
them.
And leave them alone and let them catch up.
Bro. She's not listening.
Antoine Fisher. That's the name of the movie. Yeah. So when he's like, yo, Babbzy, I'm like, this guy, this is a Hollywood dude. Like, and he's like sitting down talking to me like, wah, da, 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 da. But we just want to let everybody know that we're good. We're not fighting. We have no issues. We have no problems. Ricky got some new equipment, so he's not going nowhere anytime soon. You know what I mean?
So camera look extra clean, you know.
No, look, I said that now it gone out to all right. See it again now. It's the same camera, but I got my little.
I threw my life to the area. I try to show off now.
You're up on road, Black. You know you're on road. That's
you're
why
on
we're not pressing it.
You're on
work.
Just in, Conscience is reportedly awarded 667 million Ugandan shillings in his copyright lawsuit against Airtel Uganda. So what is 667 million Ugandan dollars?
Somebody do the math on that before we decide if this is a headline or not.
I'm gonna do it now. It might be 55 cents.
I'm telling you right now, if he won $1,800,
I couldn't find anything.
I'm gonna do the conversion right now. Hold on. Let's see. From Uganda.
How much?
6 million.
Uganda to Canadian. We're gonna do Uganda to Canadian. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull this up. Uganda to Canadian.
Big up Tamara. Big
Yes,
up
big up
Boss
everybody
Lady 87.
Everybody
Gaza
in the chat.
Ricardo.
Yo, Garza Ricardo don't play.
Real.
Garza Ricardo holds us down in these streets, you know. So
Right. See, Dre Nation. Big up Nikita again. All right. Yeah, man, we're doing it around here. What's that money?
Yo, Christina said it's $1,800 Canadian.
It's how much?
$1,800 Canadian.
Oh.
So $6 million Uganda is 1,800 Canadian dollars. That's it. That can't pay the rent though. What?
Well, that could buy me some good hair.
Hold on. No, it's right there. It's right there.
Okay.
That could get me some good. That could be some good hair though.
243,000. That looked different. Is that Nikita that said that? I'm seeing big
I see
money.
Kid Chronic. Kid Chronic is saying
7,000.
You guys.
That's not bad.
The kid. Okay, so which one is it? Is it 243 or is it the kid with 177,000 Canadian? Is that Canadian or US?
Is that money guaranteed though? Or is that...
If they have it.
I don't want the US conversion, man. Sure. We live in Canada. But shout out to Babbzy. Shout out for Babbzy for giving that fake flex to those bloggers who thought that we were offline. And then here we are right now, back again, strong as ever.
Yo,
we're not going anywhere.
What people have to understand is this. We grew up together, the three of us. You know what I'm saying? Like
same area.
We're from
East
Turf,
side,
Malvern. You know what I mean? Like we
don't this Dean Park and the side, the east of Malvern, between Dean Park and Pickering and these areas still come. We live in a Chief Dan George area a long time too, you know. So Blaxz, where I know what.
You guys say it too small. I control everything east of Young Street. I don't know who I like.
Oh really? Oh
really? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, but big up yourself. Yo,
you saw my cousin the other day. You know him, Sparrow Ways, Villa Ways, Willow Ways, Allen Berry.
Is it east of Young?
Big up.
Is it east of Young Street?
Go on, Black.
That's it.
Go on.
I ain't saying no. I had my time in those places. It's all good, yo. But I say from the block, these bloggers don't understand we're coming from far, and their little talk, and you want to, Babs, do not change the time of whenever we're doing our show, because a lot of the show people that watch.
Because I was just about to bring that up. So what I did notice for the past couple weeks is that one time Badmind show get scheduled for turn on live, yo, me see a man I'll chat for 3 hours, bare fuckery. See? Because we're scheduled to go on and then we don't go on. See? But you see about half hour before we're about to go on, an hour before a man is gonna jump on the live now and he's talking a bag of things. But when you read the title, you're thinking he's talking sitting with sense.
Yeah.
And then when you log in now, man, I talk a bag of fucking. I'm like, okay. You see, I'm not used to this blogger thing, right? But I see the little things what the man them are trying to do to like try to go around the thing. And I agree. It shouldn't matter. If we should just choose a time.
Oh no, yeah. Like I'm never gonna move a time because of them. Never. You know what I'm saying? I already know what they're doing. I already see what they're doing. Right? Like they're trying to aggravate the movement because they realize it's a movement and they're like, shit. And because we're not one of them, it makes it worse, right? Like we're actually industry people and we don't link that with them. So they don't know what to do. Because no matter what.
And in the street. Also, because Black, I'm telling you, I agree. Sorry, Babs.
Yeah, go on.
Do not change it. They make 10 bloggers come at the same time that we get on this. Yeah. See, because that clearly shows that we're not even looking at them and we turn into the competition. Like, are you serious? We just want to talk about from our heart what's going on in the industry. That's crazy.
Let's be very clear. We have schedules over here. So we can't see Babbzy post a thing and just decide to say, because we're not just sitting at home doing nothing. You get what I'm saying?
That's a part of the problem. That's a part of the problem, and I think because a lot of these guys, they don't have a job, right? Like most of them don't have a job. Like
or something for something that consumes their time.
No, they don't have a job. They don't have a job. So the thing is, they need the AdSense like money from YouTube, right?
Yo, Kid Chronic, I'm gonna need you to get your friend Nikita. Me need you, everybody, forget your friend. Yo, what's the topics we have? Because I have to go to the studio.
No, they don't have no job. It's not my fault they don't have no job. So we're gonna take a look at the Billboard, guys. Billboard chart this week, right? What we got this week? Nothing too drastic, right? Bob Marley's number one.
So hold on.
Guys wait. I got a question. Yo, bring back the big screen. Hold on. I got a question.
Okay.
You see how Bob Marley's number one? Who is better as an artist? Who is better? Bob Marley or Peter Tosh?
Peter Tosh. I am that I am. I am Peter Tosh. Bruh. Peter Tosh.
Babs, you said that too easily.
Peter Tosh.
You said that too.
By the way, I'm a Macintosh. Carry on.
What do you say, Ricky? Marley or Macintosh?
Bob
Tosh.
Marley.
Exactly.
Tosh, bro. Come on. I'm not in this world.
Bob Marley get the bus because he has more kids? No. He has more people to look after his affairs?
Yes. Let's see what the chat says.
Okay, yeah, ask the
Zodiac Entertainment says Peter Tosh.
Ricky, Bob Marley or Peter Tosh?
Tosh.
What was that? Who was the what artist?
Tosh.
Well, who's the superior artist?
Tosh.
Peter Tosh is the superior artist. Bob Marley, because he inspired Bob Marley, and him write for Bob Marley, and him teach Bob Marley, and him grow Bob Marley. So Peter Tosh is a superior artist in my eyes, but Bob Marley delivered that so properly. He delivered the teachings, yo. Bob Marley delivered the teachings, and he added his own thing to it, plus his children. So that's why I give it to Bob Marley.
Ricky, do you know Lucky Dube?
Yeah. Yo, the biggest artist in Africa, the Bob Marley of Africa.
So is Lucky Dube on Bob Marley and Peter Tosh level?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody in the chat that knows Lucky Dube should press 1 right now. Because a lot of people don't know who Lucky Dube is.
To understand how heavy he is.
Yeah,
so let me ask you something.
Ever.
It's called The Wailers, and it was the commercial people them that turned it to Bob Marley and the Wailers. And remember, said the Wailers was created by Bunny Wailer and Peter Tosh. So when you did the comparison, I thought you were going to do, is it Bunny Wailer or Peter Tosh? Because hold on, let me do another comparison for the other people. Don't say nothing yet. You know, it's like in basketball, the NBA. I'm going to use Allen Iverson to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant delivered everything that Michael Jordan was offering. He studied and delivered. Let me just say it like that, to make a long story short. Allen Iverson was the player's player. Every player in the league kind of feared and respected Allen Iverson, but Allen Iverson would have never got the respect by the league itself, such as the Walks of Fames and all these things. So that's how I look at the Peter Tosh and the Bob Marley thing. Bob Marley being Kobe, Peter Tosh being Iverson. So I give more respect to Peter Tosh, aka Iverson, but you cannot knock the fact that Bob Marley and Kobe Bryant delivered what they studied or were taught. So I'm gonna leave it like that.
I was just thinking about the Billboard and thinking about like dub plates and who has songs, Dennis Brown, and I was like, wait a minute, guy. When you really think about Peter Tosh, he has tune for match every Bob Marley what you like. So I'm like, and his shit was influential.
Next level. Very
serious. Let me drop something for him.
Reggae artist. So then I'm like, how come he's not big like Bob Marley?
He is.
Yeah, bro. You got on the billboard.
On the billboard, third up and stuff, I believe. Well, not third, but like that. There's a few songs that he wrote before that made it, that Bob Marley made super big. That Peter Black wrote.
To live up to your expectations. Neither are you here to live up to mine. Yeah. I don't.
Babbzy, looking last after an example. I could never basketball. I remember I used to play ball. Remember, one of the reasons that this blogging thing don't have me acting weird is because I was a star as a teenager for basketball, man. Come on, man. Guys used to come to the gym to watch me play ball and slap the backboard. What are we talking about?
How old are you, man?
Let me see the billboard in a second.
I am. No, I used to slap the backboard on layups. Like everyone knows that. Like two hands, like 5'11".
You are taller. You are taller than Ricky. Ricky's only like 5'5", maybe.
Yeah.
No, Ricky's not 5'5".
Babbzy is
why you think Ricky Terrible always a stand up behind people table and speaker box and everything? He's 5'5".
No,
I'm 5. I'm 5.
I'm 6 foot flat.
I'm 5'11". No, you're a little bit shorter than me, Ricky. 5'11". You're a little bit shorter than me, Ricky. You're a little bit shorter than me. Next time I see you, you're gonna see.
How tall are you, Blaxz?
I don't like short people overcompensating. You're not 6 nothing.
You, I, and
Blaxz is 6'1", 6'1", 6'2", somewhere in there. So
you know what? Yeah.
Bob said we're gonna do a photo shoot.
Yeah.
And that photo shoot will tell the tale right there.
But you're gonna stand on the box though, Ricky.
One of the only Beckers left in the city is by my house. I go and bring the milk crate for you. Okay.
That's no problem.
Where's the last Beckers? Is that what's that? Shepherd and something?
So you want to tell everybody where we live? No.
Bay Mills.
You want to tell everybody where we live? Me just tell you it's by my house. Now you want to announce to the world.
Yeah, we gonna let the world know because everyone in the chat is not in Toronto.
Can we look at the billboard?
Let's look. So Bob Marley still number 1.
No, Peter.
We have 189 weeks at number 1.
I'm taller than you.
Ricky, you're not gonna live that one down, eh? You don't. He wants to be taller than me. Bad. Nah, I got some height on you a little bit. Not too much. Don't watch that. You know what I mean? So best of Shaggy is number 2. Mr. Byron Messiah. Byron Messiah moved back up to number 3. He was number 4 last week.
Yo, who dissed Shaggy the other day? I forgot about that. Somebody dissed Shaggy bad, and it was really bad. Who was it that dissed Shaggy?
I think it was.
Was it Super Cat?
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was after the Popcorn one.
Oh.
Okay, so it was Super Cat. Yeah, because I remember it was brutal.
Byron is at number 3.
Byron is 3. His album, and that's just based on his single sales and streams.
No, what's on the album? I need to know what songs are on the album.
We gotta check. I don't know if 90s is on it, but let me tell you something. We're gonna get to him in a second because I saw a clip of him and I'm
in there. Is it the one song Byron in the charts like that?
Yeah.
Or does he have?
Yeah. So what happens is every week they tabulate all your streams and all of your sales from your album. That's what this chart is. So all of his streams and all of his sales from the one song has him in the ranking. That's why he's in the ranking.
Yeah, I feel like the song. I feel like the song is doing numbers, but like I feel like the '90s song. I don't know if that girl song is on it that he just like dropped, right? But I feel like there's 2, maybe 3 songs that are helping push it over the edge. Taliban's is for sure getting him the majority of it, but I feel like there's 2, maybe 3 songs that push it over the top. Why he's getting like the whole
yeah,
and those songs should be on the album.
Yeah. So, and then there's pretty much no move. UB40, Sean Paul, stick figure is 1, 2, 3. So there's like 6, 7, 8. Sean Paul is 9, and then the elevators, Endless Summer, rock and roll is 10. Cause we went through that song last week. Hey, Colette
Babs,
Cave, I gave you a wrench, so you better be happy, girl. Yeah, go Ricky.
so Babs, real quick. According to the Jamaican bloggers that are fighting us and stuff, them are talk about statistics. So to them, stick figure would have been one of the number one thing wherever blood clot come on the planet because they're running up from first to second to 8 to 9, 10. They're holding 3 spots in the top 10. So to these statistics that are not on road, that they're just watching off of what BBC or whoever shows them, they would have said stick figure, but I couldn't tell. I don't think I've ever heard a stick figure playing a dance up on the ground from Canada to Japan, gone round to different places. I haven't heard stick figure play on the ground.
I know you guys want to cuss the commoners, what we don't fucking know. But can you please give a round of applause for Byron for reaching number 3 in the blood clot Billboard? Taliban's 90s, a 3-song that already. See?
But this song, so last week, Blaxz, you asked us what do we think about Byron long term. After I watched this clip, I'm kind of concerned a little bit for him. We're gonna watch this clip, right? I'm a little concerned for him. He's a little. I'm a little bit worried here. This clip right here. Let's see.
So me sing say man a killer, and me killer them wine on the window. When me roll with the shop I never dildo, and me killer have a killing syndrome. Man a killer, when me rock with it. Yo Charlie, say man a killer, man a come in a run chatting stock, scope on top for me spot him far. 5 man pop out a chronic car, everything I get fucked like Spanish bar. Russia and Ukraine a big war, shop down with a bomb, me say Alak bar. Taliban's da da da, da 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 da. Man killer, when me killer them wine on the window. When me roll with the shop I never dillo, and me killer have a killing syndrome. Man a killer, when me wine on the say man I kill ya, I'm a killer, I kill him. Everybody I got dead soon. When me kill them.
I don't understand what's the problem here. This is his style. This is what he's be doing.
Babbzy, I like it.
I think my karaoke sounds better than that. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know.
You have to remember these younger artists. They're more studio artists than anything. Number one, but that song is style. For me personally, he's doing a little bit too much singing for me, but that's his style. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad.
He could have filled in the lyrics a little bit better, but I kind of like it, man. He was flowing, yo.
There's no flowing. Lyrics. That's the guy's style. That's his style. The sing-song Badmind lyrics in between.
Watch Babbzy. She's not having it, yo.
He sound.
Babbzy, this is not Barbados. This is not Jamaica. He's from St. Kitts, right, where he grew up. He grew up in St. Kitts, and this is his style. That's it.
I don't know. He sounded deaf to me in that clip. Like he sounds deaf. Like, yeah.
Tone deaf?
Like deaf. Like he sounded like.
No, I seen somebody in the comments that he sounded nervous. Dre Nation, guess he was nervous. His voice was a little bit shaky, but he caught it after a while.
Okay, let's check the comments. That's a good idea. The comments, the people heard it, right? So let's see what they're saying right now. Residual income. Okay, no, that's gone too far. All right, how about you play it again, Bab? Play it again, Bab. Play the little piece again, and then ask the people in the comments what you think about this cat
if
here.
I give up Byron, I don't change it. That's his style. So you guys have to love it too.
I understand what you're saying because he didn't really give you no lyrics. He just gave you pure hooks. But if that's his style, right?
Lyrics. Yo, people dead in this song. Listen, Them dead.
All right, let's hear it. Comments. Ready for now.
So me sing say man a killer, and me killer them mind on the window. When me roll with the shop I never dildo, and me killer have a killing syndrome. Man a killer.
How wonderful life is while you're in the world.
Yo, bring it in. I got a question.
Okay.
If Dexter Daps was singing that same lyrics, would you like it?
Dexter Daps would be in key though.
Okay, hold on. That was great because that's like a style. That's a Dexter Daps style. Kill ya.
No,
yeah, that sounds like
what Badmind Kirk said. Kirk said it sounded like Dexter Daps still.
Who's Kirk?
And I never thought about it until he said it.
True. Good. Big up because people are observant. So what do you say right now?
You would like the song, right, Babbzy? Or you're just saying
no. Like no. I just feel like the vocals want tightening up. Like they sound, like he sounds like the steering wheel is slack. You understand what I mean? Like he don't sound like the steering wheel is like holding the curve. You understand? He sounds feel a little slack. Kill ya. Like that sounds like me. You know what I mean? Like I sing better than that.
Well, I don't see much love going on. I don't see much love going on.
What's the love from the people? Yeah,
I like
maybe
the kid still. He's not
Kid Chronic says he might have censored. Nikita
style.
Nikita's a dancehall artist. Well, she's an actually rapper dancehall artist. She has a song that we're gonna play it next couple of weeks. She's gonna play for us. So we gotta run that.
How about she does it live, Nikita? Run here.
You want her to call in live and sing it? You just want to see
live.
You guys want to see?
Stop it.
Yeah, that's all. She's one of the dollies on Team Babbzy, so that's why.
Well, I am the dolly man saying all the dolly them, from Fluffy Dolly to Barbie Dolly to where Beauty Man call them.
Your wife will come check you in the comments. You know that, right? Wait, Anthony Nolan, Bumbleclad, Anthony Nolan there.
Brimstone sound Nolan.
No, Nolan.
Brimstone calling.
No, I'm dropping the link. Yo, you know the other day I was telling Walshy Fire's like, Nolan and Ricky Turbo are brothers? I was like, yes.
Hold on. Babs, do you know anything about the early wars between Blaxz, Done the Place, and Nolan?
Yeah.
What? Brimstone and those are some sweet early days.
Yeah.
Me and Nolan were one's wire.
Blaxz war with everybody. You have to understand.
Fully loaded. It wasn't nothing personal. My bad.
Blaxz war with everybody.
Second of all, the man then brought Ricky to cheat out the dance. what were you doing here? Were you both?
Some night, draw me out to the front night. Blaxz is drawing cat on me. I went there to support the party. Not even my brother. I went there to support the party, bro.
Oh, Babbzy. This is how you know. Can we get to the next topic? Because we're going to get right into it now. Because,
listen.
Remember what he said. I came there to support the party. Ricky Turbo. Did you speak on the microphone that night in the upper level?
I don't remember. I plead
because I just want to know which patron ends up on the microphone in a song clash in the middle of the road.
Oh, you took the mic. Where was that, at HHMS?
No, he didn't take the mic. He got big up and say a thing. You know them style there? Yo, big up Ricky Turbo, you're there. Yo, say a thing.
So I guess that was the political moment, but let's move on. Want to say big respect to Blaxz, Done the Place, and Nolan.
I'm hearing the whippings. Nolan, I gave him the link. I don't know if he's gonna call in. Nolan, call in. Call in. Guys, so
how do I call it, Nolan? How do I call?
I'm gonna press the link. Okay, the link is right there, Nolan.
So Walshy Fire and you is brethren still.
No, so I was talking to Walshy and I was saying, oh yeah, because Brimstone and not Nolan and Ricky, and then he's like, Babs, wait a minute, hold on a second. Ricky Turbo and Nolan are brothers? I was like, yes. He's like, I didn't know that. I was like, yes. So he was like, he was shocked.
Yeah, he got some songs on road right now. He's doing a whole heap of things right now. Like, we want to bring him on the show one day. Yo, big up Walsh still, you know?
Yeah.
For real. He's doing a lot of
I
things,
feel
yo.
like Walsh
How do
should buy
I
a bus.
go into a lit area?
Anthony
Hello,
Nolan,
everyone.
my baby. What's up? What's up, Anthony? My baby.
Why?
Can I talk?
Why?
Okay,
Can I
Let's go
talk?
outside and get some light.
Yeah, man.
Can I talk, please?
Nolan, tell them how
Hold
good of a
on.
baller I was. Let them know how good of a baller I was. Talk quick. Talk quick.
Tell Babbzy I'm taller than her.
First and foremost, you have to big up Blaxz done the place. See?
Yeah.
I told Blaxz all these times. Me rate him. I don't know why Blaxz go and say, you know. Big up Blaxz done the place.
Hold on. I just have one question. And I'm only going to ask this question. And this is why I want you to come on the line.
Uh-oh.
Because Bobby Vibes been running up his mouth to me everywhere he sees me. So,
listen.
In the last clash, can you give us a rundown of the last clash?
I'll give you a rundown on this. Seeing when McDonald's puts out a special burger and it doesn't taste good, you complain to the goddamn cashier and the person that cooked it. Saying you don't go to the CEO and the owner and complain. That's number one. Number two, the person is fire. He had an off night, and we believe in him and we trust in him. But as the owner of the sound,
real talk, I agree with that. I do believe he had an off night. I do believe he had an off night. Because the last one you guys did in Twilight, he played it was good.
The whole place lit up, 4 corner forward the whole time. Saying, now that I'll address that with that, but I had to call in to actually big up goddamn Blaxz done the place, you bastard. Let it go. Let it go, brother. Let it go. No, Babs, Carla.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you're successful. They don't know about us in West Hill and them things there. You understand?
Yo, they don't know the originals, you know. They don't know.
They don't know about the fries, and I won't say that the toppings on the fries from the cafeteria was no people didn't agree with, but you know what me or you from them time down West Hill. See?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Nolan and Babs should have both made the NBA if we had NBA in Canada those times.
Yeah.
We didn't
He played on the guys
no
team.
Raptors
Yeah, man, he was wicked too. That's why I said tell them about the ball skills, because they doubt it. Now they see the little dainty hair thing. They don't know slapping backboard on layups and stuff like that.
Listen, I'm not trying to gas her up. But real talk, if WNBA was around them time there, Babs would be in the WNBA. She was that bad. Real talk.
So Nolan.
What's your cash out,
Nolan? Hold on. Nolan.
I'm at every game. Remember, we used to play back to back, Babs. You used to see how you used to go.
Yo.
Yes.
How tall are you? 6'3"? How tall are you?
Nah, 6.
Yeah, 6'2.5". Yeah. But I say 6'3". I rounded up.
All right. So Ricky's not 5'7". Are you taller than Ricky? Ricky just told us he's 6 something. I don't even remember. But are you taller than Ricky?
I said I'm 6 foot
I'm
flat.
a bit taller. I missed that part. I'm taller than him, but yeah.
So question for you, Nolan. How do you feel being brothers on one sound and your brothers on another sound? How do you feel about that? How come you never joined Turbo?
What is your sound name? You said your sound name yet?
Brimstone.
Yes. So first and foremost, I play a Brimstone Go, same edition, owner, co-founder, big up G, seeing, big up Mega, seeing, big up Fabi Vibes. Because that's the team right there.
Every man when him call me have a beating. All right, sorry, go on, sorry.
Blaxz, chill.
So big up Brimstone Go. Now, the question is, Ricky, plug your ears. The question is, why did I start my own thing when Ricky is on his sound? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So it
It's about 5 parts, so I'll just give you the 2 best parts. Part number 1. It was an opportunity for me to say, instead of going under Ricky and getting paid through his payroll, you know what I'm
Why?
saying?
I cut it too. Why? Oh, go on.
Why is that?
Let me learn. Let me learn about it first.
Yeah.
And then after I learn about it, if I'm good enough, I'll join it. So at first, I was King Turbo Boxman. Ask him. Every dance, I will say every dance for about 15 years. From I was like 13 years old, I was his boxman, Bridget. Just to learn.
Me. You see, box me, I laugh. Me say you don't have a sound. What you do? Ask me.
Ask
Ricky's
you what?
hiding over there. Go on, Anthony.
Yeah, listen, yeah,
See, so that's number 1, because I'm like, okay, once I learn the thing, I'm gonna do it. Then number 2, I honestly, as soon as I realized what's going on in the big ups and the financial aspect and the way how we had Malvern under our fingernail. I mean, every other car was beating Brimstone or King Turbo CD. Real talk. So I was like, man, I could do this shit myself. Fuck it. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. Them time there I wasn't the nicest person, and I was on road more. So I had access to more like things. So I was like, yeah, I can invest some money into this. You know what I mean? So I started investing some money in my own thing, and then afterwards I'm like, instead of joining King Turbo, I'm just gonna do my own thing. Right. And then I came up with it. Actually, it was Paul Bennett. Big up, what's his name? Chris Dubs. Seeing Chris Dubs came to me at Cedar Bray, and he's like, "Yo, I have this song, you know, da 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 da." And I'm like, "What's the song name?" He said Brimstone. I said, "All right, cool." And then we actually started from there.
Okay.
And then the problem with it, big up Paul Bennett. I see Blaxz clapping because you know it's true. I'm talking. Seeing? And then the problem from there.
Hold on. Before you say that, because you don't know where we're coming from. Upper level and all these things. And when everybody talks about those days, like I feel like they forget the original, like how Brimstone, Ray, and like you talk what you want to say. You know what I'm saying? But this is the first time that I heard you actually say it. So that's why I'm saying I rate that.
Okay, yeah, because enough people don't know. And then
I'm the kumbaya blogger. Remember, like I'm the kumbaya. Like I'm the kumbaya. Everybody gotta come together when I'm here.
Everybody act like that part never happened.
But more time, honestly speaking, that's the next thing too. I just wanted my own thing because Ricky's a trailblazer, and he's like, you know, the best sound in all of Canada, all of North America, all of the world.
Yeah.
So Ricky already has his stamp, and it's a lot of pressure, man. Look at Michael Jordan's kids. Look at LeBron James' kid. The man has so much pressure. He caught a fucking heart attack the other fucking day because his dad is LeBron James. See? Pressure.
So you are, but you had your own identity though from young though. You know what I mean? Like from basketball.
That's why I said I'm gonna roll with my shit, and hopefully I can come remotely close to Ricky's success, and that was it. So no knock on King Turbo. I could have joined it, but I said let me do my own thing. Yeah, Brimstone Go. Yeah, you can add us up at Brimstone Go or at Nolan Brimstone. By the way.
Hold on. You see, we have Nolan here. What's the next topic? Let's get his opinion on it.
Okay, so
we'll bring back in Ricky.
He said he's coming back in a sec. He said he's coming.
Because you're here right now.
Byron Messiah, right? We were just talking about Byron Messiah. What do you think his career is gonna look like after Taliban's kind of phases out? Where do you think he's gonna go? How do you think his career is gonna look?
It's your opinion. We're not killing your feet.
No,
I have no opinion.
You have no opinion?
I have no opinion.
Why?
No.
I have no opinion.
Why don't you have an opinion?
Because Ricky Turbo, let me be clear. The only reason I'm here is because he said he's going to send me the link, you know.
All right, me go watch the link. Me
No.
give two heart and two smiley face, and now it turn into
Hold
Noel and
on.
interview
Hold on. Nolan. You know the song Taliban. Da 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 da.
I know what
You
you're
know that song.
saying.
All right.
Yes.
In 2 years, where do you see his career?
I'm not gonna say anything.
Why?
I plead the fifth.
Why?
Only because you see, once you go on live thing and it's recording and all them sitting there, 2 years are gonna come and you guys are gonna have your own gift.
Kwame Brown went first in the
I'll be
draft in the
chilling.
NBA. Like people thought he was gonna be the next biggest thing, Kwame Brown, and he's a bust. Like these things happen. Just give us your opinion. Don't worry. The Eagle and the Hawk surround we. You're fine. What's your opinion?
You see now, because you said how Kwame Brown is a boss.
Yeah.
That alone is a open up a whole can of worms when you said that, because the man is not a boss.
Okay.
The man turned around
Kwame Brown.
boss life just to tell the people them how much not of a boss he was.
Yeah, but
10 years
he was drafted number 1 and he was supposed to be the next like Michael Jordan and he wasn't.
As a baller, as we alluded to earlier, you're a baller. 10 years though, Babs? Come on.
Yes, but we're saying he never reached the levels he was supposed to reach, and even though people predicted he was supposed to be huge. So we predicting about Taliban's and Byron Messiah. Give us the prediction. We ain't gonna hold you to it.
Musically, you see, even my audio right now, Blaxz will take that shit in 2.5 years and make his own clash just to kill me with my own shit, yeah. So because this is recording, because we're on live, I refuse to use any. Big up all artists. I hope all artists sing songs until they're fucking 90 years old, guy. See? That's my opinion.
Why you not answering?
That's my opinion. Call me middle fence. Call me what you want. That's my opinion, Bridget.
Middle fence.
Middle fence.
Roger Hines, big up. Middle fence. Come on, man. All right. So who are some of your favorite up and coming artists right now?
So some of my favorite up and coming artists. The one that I've been playing the most is crazy and as common and as normal as answer is, has to be Valiant.
Yeah.
Killing him.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a swag. It's everything. It's like if Blaxz came out with a tune tomorrow, it would sound like a Valiant tune. Like he just makes it seem like it's so Scarborough in a way. You know what I mean? It's just so we just relate to it, you know?
Blaxz, if you came out with a tune tomorrow, Blaxz don't sing whenever we sing. Whenever we drop tune, he never sings with us. Like I always do the singing. He just watches.
Oh yeah.
But okay, let me ask you a question.
I want to big up on the success of your thing.
That's what I was gonna ask you. What did you think of me when we were kids? Did you think that I was gonna be? Did you think I was gonna be? Yeah. Good. You think I was gonna flop? Like, what do you think was gonna happen?
At the end of the day, you know how it goes at West Hill. Seeing, it's either you're gonna be that geek and that introvert, or you're gonna be that star and that extrovert. There was no in between really during our times, because remember when we were going to high school, there was no cameras, there was no nothing, no security. Like people were bringing down your attendance. You stopped them in the hall. You erased your letter A to make it seem like you're there all day because you went to homeroom, and then
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say for the record.
So no, don't cut me. Let me answer. Okay.
Oh, no. I was just
like
gonna say. I was just gonna say for the record that West Hill was one of the schools in Scarborough that we didn't like. We didn't like West Hill.
My school.
But you're miserable.
I went to church. We didn't like West Hill.
Blaxz, I think sometimes you wake up, you're like, why is this wall on the wall? Why is the floor on the floor? You just look argument team. Let me answer the woman question, the man. Let me answer her question.
I just want to put it up. I don't want people to get the wrong opinion. Like you guys went to a good school. Like you went to West Hill.
I'm a West Hill warrior.
Okay,
We're all West Hill warriors. You're looking at 3 warriors. Where did you go? Lambaroo or one of them pussy school them? Which school?
I am finito. I am finished.
You went to Lamb. Just say you went to Lamb and get it over with, guy. And Stephen Leacock in them pussy school there. But Babs, getting back to Babs. In when the little 2 years I had at West Hill before I got wheeled out of West Hill, my grade 9 and my grade 10, and you came in when I was in grade 10 and grade 9, I'd have to say you had the place weak in terms of the female movement that grade 9 there. Seeing? So you were an extrovert, you were very open, you're very happy, and you're very athletic. What was my original opinion? I just knew you would do something strong in your life. I know you do something positive.
Sounds good.
Yeah, real talk. Yeah.
I was going to do something strong in life like some Ray nephew. You understand?
So that's me. That was my grade 10. That was a big man in my 40s. That's my opinion of Babs. Yeah.
Thank you. That's good stuff.
Yes.
To know.
Okay.
Go back to grade 9.
Oh man, I see the nostalgia. I caught an epiphany with it too. So it's good to see you guys. I'm having an invite-only jerk competition this Saturday, by the way, in Scarborough.
Yeah.
I didn't win the trophy last year. Yeah, my cousin beat me, guy. Kicked my ass. I'm gonna fucking kick his ass on Saturday.
So where's it gonna be?
Yeah. I can't. It's invite only, so no one here is invited but Ricky.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That was nice.
And Blaxz and Babs are invited through me. Let's go.
I would always say you guys don't act alike, and I don't know how you're brothers, but what you just did, that was very Ricky. So like if there was any doubt before that you're siblings, like that, what you just pulled, that is confirmation that you guys are brothers.
I love you guys, but I bought 2 boxes of chicken. It's like, there's like 30 people that's coming, and it's just the 30 of us. It's just gonna be a fight.
Babs cut him. You guys were invited.
Yes.
Oh God.
Well, hail up Mega for me.
No cameras allowed.
Hail up Mega.
All right. Big up G, Mega, and the Brimstone crew, Fabi and the crew.
Yeah.
This is Blaxz.
All right. Respect,
yeah. Bye.
All right. Okay, bye.
Later, sweetie. So listen, guys, quick. Let's get some of the topics. What number one topic was? We wanted to know if dancehall artists are Badmind. That was the kind of the question that came up. Where do we think dancehall artists are Badmind? Not all of them. Some of them. How do you feel about that? That topic. Do I think?
Good question.
Here's what I think. I think that they are Badmind, but they don't think that they're Badmind. Meaning, when they do things, I don't think they feel like what they're doing is Badmind. I think they feel like what they're doing, they're supposed to be doing. So when Popcorn told the promoters of the event that he doesn't want TJ on it, like he didn't see anything wrong with that. Like, yo, man, I work with him, I don't want to do nothing with him, kind of a thing, right?
So that would be seen as Badmind or retaliatory, depending if TJ said something previously.
So to us, that's Badmind, but to Popcorn, I don't think he thought he was being Badmind when he did that.
All right, so for a general person from Montana that's watching the podcast and like Badmind, what are they talking about? What is the definition of like Badmind? And then she gave a definition by saying that Popcorn, which is a Jamaican artist, is on a show, and he told the promoter he doesn't want to work with TJ, which is another Jamaican artist, to not be on that show. So therefore, TJ was not able to be on the show. So that's considered Badmind, cutthroat, anything like that is bad-minded. You know, we call it bad-minded in the Jamaica culture, right? So, yes. Were you saying Blaxz of what? You asked if what I feel about it. I forgot which one.
Do you think dancehall artists are bad mind?
Oh
no,
I was
what
the
I
first.
think is
Sorry.
You think
no,
what?
say what you're
Sorry?
saying. No, Ricky,
The
say what you're
first thing
saying.
that came to my mind. The first thing that came to my mind with this topic was Intense, because Intense let me down, man. I'm a fan of the kid. I'm a fan of the fact that he took his own style with that tattoo and bleach and all that shit. I mean, it's cartel style, but he did it. He did it. I like him. He good lyrics, but then he went and said some bullshit. He said some shit about like, the sound man, them or the radio people or whatever matter as long as TikTok accept him or some shit like that. Like, so that to me is not necessarily bad mind. It's more like ungrateful. But I guess maybe ungrateful is the root of bad mind. But the first thing that came to my mind was Intense with that whole argument there, the artist name Intense. So yes, I feel like the artists them in Jamaica are bad mind because they don't see any value in the DJs and the sound men them that are their number one supporters. We go to Jamaica, we fly, we buy plane tickets, we go out of our way to spend our hard working money or hustling money or whatever kind of money we get, and we send it to them, and they benefit off of that money, and then they don't have any respect for us. So I don't know if it's bad mind is the word, but boy, yeah. I feel like the Jamaican artists them are ungrateful, which would definitely lead to being bad-minded. Yes.
What do you think, Blaxz?
I just feel like everybody doesn't understand what they're talking about. Circumstances make you who you are. Jamaica, living and grow. I don't know about Spain and Africa and stuff. Like, I never grew up there. And I didn't grow up in Jamaica, but I have a pretty good idea of like how it is to live down there and grow up. And when a lot of you guys like to say like these stuff about their bad mind and ray, the men are coming from a hard life where if they make it, bare people depend on them whether they like it or not. So they do things to protect fight or flight. They're doing things to protect what they have to try to make it last as long as they have. Is it bad mind? I don't look at it as bad mind. The worse they go with it, in my opinion, is the harder life that they had that they're coming from. Why they're acting like that? Like Movado, for example, you can't get him on any show with any and anybody. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But he probably came up super, super tough. So now that he has it, he's not gonna. Everybody's mad because Popcorn didn't want Valiant, and I get what you're saying. You're right. He's at a level right now where he shouldn't have to worry about that. But dog, the man probably when he's in his bedroom and having a bath in the jacuzzi, he's probably scared to death. Like, yo, what if I don't have a next hit song by
But
next
that's
year?
so that's the part that concerns to me, right? So I know people don't like the soca comparison, but because I work equally on both sides, I see how both sides move, right? So we look at Valiant and let's look at Young Brother. Young Brother is not a soca artist. Young Brother is a zest artist, right? He does do soca songs, but zest is kind of hybrid music in between dancehall and soca. It's the same as Bashment Soca, except it's Trinis that do it. Bashment Soca is Bajans that do it. It's the same exact music.
Daggering segment for me.
Right. So I look at how both of them kind of blew up through social media. But when I look at how Young Brother is dealt with by veterans, I see a drastic difference how Valiant is dealt with by veterans.
Stop. They never bust by social media.
Okay.
They bust because they do have good songs.
Yeah.
It's not like other guys. They have good songs and social media help. Now hold on. I've been
I
trying to explain
I hold in.
Valiant, I need you to understand how reggae goes around the world. If you're in Jamaica, no disrespect, you might not understand this. If you're outside of Jamaica, you might catch what I'm saying. Listen to me. People go to Jamaica for Christmas, New Year's, Easter weekend, and from the other day, that Dream Weekend, whatever the hell's going on, whatever weekend that is.
ATI Dream Weekend, right?
Okay, that weekend people go to Jamaica. So what happens is
Rebel salute
all
one time.
years from Ricky been going to Jamaica till all through the years, when you go to Yard, you see what's going hot, and when you bring it back and it translates. Valiant, different from Intense and everybody. He boss just like Byron. Remember, if you watch Swanee's interview, they never wanted to drop Byron yet. They want to drop him in the middle of the summer. But Byron went around it and dropped his stuff. Now listen to me. Valiant boss after Labor Day weekend going into the Christmas. So what happened is when North Carolina and St. Mary's and all these songs are beating, everybody's in Jamaica now. And then they leave. You see, by the time they come back for Easter, Speed Off and Glock 40 and all these songs are beating now. And then they leave. Look now, everybody just touched Jamaica in summer, and now everybody's mad out. Valiant has timing on his hands. That's what people don't realize. Because if Intense, even Massacre, all these guys paid attention to that fly into Jamaica, fly out of Jamaica timing, they like Valiant. But to me, Valiant has the timing on his hands as far as when his songs start to catch steam in Yard, everybody flies in. And now I'm thinking, God. That's why
question.
to me.
Is that planned?
That's why Valiant bust. He was the young artist at the time when everybody's flying out. Silk Boss was in the middle of Blood Clot October. Nobody's in fucking Jamaica. We hear about you on the internet.
Right. Well, you
Do you think that was
please?
Blaxz? Do you think that was planned on Valiant's part? Do you think that his management planned like that fly in and fly out thing?
Right.
Like,
you guys are leaking out on Popcorn now. Hold on. You saw everyone's like, oh, Popcorn said you lost your memory, and Valiant's like, oh, Ray. I don't know if Valiant planned it, but being around Popcorn, round Cartel, and people that do this, remember, Vibes Cartel has a summer song. He has a Christmas song. He has a party song. He has being around these guys, they never put you on, but you've seen the formula. So when you came out, did you adapt that? I don't know. But do I think you might have played a part? Yes, I would say that. Because if you weren't around Popcorn, I don't think you might have known that. And I'm not saying that's how it happened, but that could be a very strong possibility. Because Valiant Boss, there's a million man. Go ahead.
You see, all right. First of all, Babs, you see how this just rolls off of Blax's tongue so easy, named off the songs, named off when the man bust, named off when I say why for that. We named off when the artist took off and the travel sections and all these things. You see, that's something that other podcast dudes them can't do. This is other Blax's experience of knowing the industry and having to play the song.
We're outside, we're over there, and we're over here. So we see how things travel.
Blaxz has analyzed and brought the game to a next level because he has to bring the game to the people through the music. All right. So let me ask you a question now. That's for that little section there. But Blaxz, earlier to something that you said, I'm going to clarify and ask you one question. So remember when you were talking about how the artists them have to be a certain way because I saw them grow, I saw them live. It's been a hard life. So now they translate it back. I think you started off, if I was to go back, it would be Movado would be the first person that kind of made it that way kind of sort of thing, right? So all I want to say to that is agreeing or not disagreeing, because I agree that Jamaica gangsta gunman tune is fueled by the reality that the youth them live in at the ghetto of Jamaica. So that's why that music will never die and will always be in the top echelons of Jamaica, whether the government push it or not, radio station. But I got to ask you this though, Blaxz. If, like, let's say Skeng and which artist did you just mention? Okay, well, let's just use Skeng for example. And the man and we are taught the gun thing right now. And then they're charging a high price for dub plate. I could imagine what they're charging to record a song, right? They didn't have, this is my question or my comment. they didn't have a harder life than Freddie McGregor, who is the nicest artist on the whole planet and will do dub plate for as cheap as you can possibly get it. Freddie McGregor grew up in a very hard situation. Give me a second. Give me a second. Luciano had a hard living and growing up. And even before that, Barrington Levy them, and then going up to Beanie Man and Bounty them, they had the same gangster, rough, hard living Spragga Benz them as these new artists them in Jamaica. They had a gangster growing up in this thing, but they didn't make it reflect. Give me a second. They didn't make it reflect in their dub plate pricing and how they might deal it. They still understood the value and the importance of the soundman and the radio DJ and the regular underground DJ. So all I'm trying to say is, by the way how these artists are thinking right now, they're taking away the value of the soundman and the radio personality, them that are the ones that are on the ground and pushing them the most. So that's a statement, Blaxz, more than a question. I mean, I don't know exactly what you're going to say, but that's what it is right there. That's how I see that situation, B.
What I'm going to say is about the social media part, they're kids, bro. Joshy and these guys, they're kids. So when they're growing up, it's social media. So they think that's what it is. And they're doing it because they like it. So they think that's what it is. Not because they're trying to bust in the music business. Now, why I said you wrong about Luciano and whoever else back in the 80s and the 90s, you know why it's not the same? You know why these guys have a harder life? You know why? There's more guns now. There's way more guns now than there was in the 80s, than there was in the 90s. And it's easier to get a gun now. See, when man lose man shoes, what happens? All right. And you see if I'm on, hold on. You see if I'm the artist on the block now, I come from Waterhouse. And now my thing bust big. There's 50 man around there that they want me to back the thing. Why for that? But here's the difference with the backing of the thing. The man them don't want fucking bully beef and rice and them sitting there. They want the Draco what Babbzy has, B, and them thing there cost money. You get me? So now back to dub plate. I'm gonna use Alkaline as an example. You know what Alkaline said, that he wants $1,000 and $1,500 for any song. You know why? Because when he came out as an artist and was offering dub plates, nobody wanted it. The Black Eye Youth, nobody wanted it. And when the first song hit, he offered it and everyone still was on the line. By the time the third song hit, he turned around and said, guess what? Fuck you guys. If you want a dub, it's $1,000 and $1,500, because he understood now. If I have the hot song at the time of the clash and a man plays that, he's going to get the forward, and not everybody's going to do it. And now it's going to be exclusive. So situations make us the people that we are. So that's why I say, you want to say back in the days it wasn't as hard. I feel like I wasn't born back there. I didn't run up. Right now, they have more pressure.
I said it was as hard, but they weren't as rough with the soundman them and the stuff. So, okay, Blaxz, you said your piece and stuff like that.
So you don't think they're bad? The artists are Badmind then, Blaxz, is what you're saying?
No, I think that they're thinking more on a survival type of thing.
That's why I'm kind of between you and Ricky.
If a man's thinking on survival tip, what you're doing and the next guy doing, they don't give a fuck. All they know is that I need to make sure my thing goes as far as possible, because I don't want to be like Potential Kid.
For my foundation people them that are probably thinking certain things.
Wait, you hear what I'm saying?
I do. I understand it and I get it. So I just want to say, in defense for the foundation and you them who are listening and stuff, that Sugar Minot's Herb Man Hustlin', when he put out that song, Herb Man Hustlin', every single word in that song, he meant that shit, bro. He was hungry. He had to feed his family, and he was able to express that through the song. Right. And I'm just trying to say that it was just as hard back then for them in the 70s and the 80s as it is for the youth them right now. It's just a matter of like, we living in this time here, and we weren't living exactly like this in that time there. I ain't knocking exactly what you're saying. I'm just trying to give a different side or a different viewpoint that the other bloggers them have no intelligence in their goddamn head to decipher different things and be able to give people different viewpoints on things. So the rest of the blogger that when they see these kind of video and you see us talking intelligent things, keep your fucking mouth shut, B. Sorry.
You're supposed to hold it back, right? You're supposed to hold it back, right? No, but so that's what I said. Like when I look at the two genres, when I see how they move, like I see such a difference in how like artists that are up and coming in soca are treated versus artists that are up and coming in dancehall. It's like night and day. You know what I'm saying? Mean? So like I look at Young Brother and look at Valiant. I don't see Valiant on a lot of shows where there are artists that have been on here longer than him, right? Valiant tends to be the headliner on most other shows, unless it's some fest or something of that sort, right? What are you saying?
Stop. Me and my virgin were arguing about this kind of stuff for like an hour the other day.
You're bringing the virgin.
No, here what she said. She sees Young Brother on more shows than you see Valiant. That's what you said?
No. I said I see Young Brother on shows where there's veteran artists on it, and I don't see Valiant on shows where he's the top act normally on the shows that he's on. Where Young Brother is kind of mixed in between. He could be on a show with anybody, right? I feel that a lot of the bigger artists don't want to be on a show with Valiant because he's the hottest thing in dancehall, and they don't want him to get a bigger forward than them. So they're not going to want to be on a show with him.
Wow. See, that was deep.
No. So me and my virgin had this argument, and I don't care what reason you want to put behind it. Bigger artists, veteran artists, hot. I don't give a shit what you want to put around. How do artists get booked for show?
You tell us.
By their performance?
Successful shows. It's a thing called supply and demand.
Right.
If more people are willing to come out to see Young Brother, whether it's Moto, whether it's Valiant, if more people were to come out to see him, then that's what sells, and that's the end of the story. It's nobody's fault if you as an artist, you're not getting on shows because promoters aren't booking you. You know why promoters aren't booking you? Because you're not going to bring the crowd. That's why Japan said, fuck it, I'm done.
Do you
guys
think
aren't bringing the crowd.
Do you think, though, that's the issue? Do you think that you're not going to see Valiant on a show with, I don't know, let's throw out a person's name. I don't even want to throw out a name because they might get sensitive about it.
Hold on. Are you trying to say that, like, for example, this is just for the podcasts, when they won't meet it in real life, but you're saying, like, for example, Beanie Man would fight off Valiant off a show because he's worried that Valiant would get bigger forward than him?
Yes,
is that what you're trying to say?
That's how I feel. Right.
Okay.
Right. So Trinidad Carnival. Young Brother had one of the biggest songs, right? He redid Dr. Cassandra, and Marshall brought him out. I don't see that happening in dancehall because Marshall wants to have the biggest song, right, in dancehall. But in soca, Marshall doesn't care that he doesn't have the biggest song, and he'll still bring him out. Like, I just see a different embracing. Like, if you go on a Young Brothers page, you look in the comments, you see Lyrical, you see Skinny, you see Peter Ram, like everybody's bigging him up. But then you look in the comments on a dancehall artist like a Valiant or less up and coming or a Craft, you don't see that love. You don't see the same kind of love, right?
Certain artists, I see that love. Baby Sham gets that love that you're talking about. There is certain artists. Bon Tequila gets that love that you're talking about there.
No, I mean like new artists getting that love.
New artists. I don't know.
That's the difference that I see.
Blaxz have to talk on that.
Let me ask you something. Is who brings more people right now in a show in any city, island, in the chat? Who brings more people, Valiant or Freddie McGregor? Intense, Barrington Levy. No, the reason why I'm asking that is
right.
Who's charging more money?
Okay, give me a second
As
here.
a
I'm coming
promoter,
up.
as a promoter, right? If I could get Luciano and I could get no. Luciano and who? Naming it Bushman, right? Alongside Young Brother, right? And the whole of that come up to 100 grand. But if I want to book Valiant, he wants 60,000. Why do we need that?
No, I understand exactly what you're saying.
No, because that's another thing that's happening. Why you might see Young Brother on the show with veterans and not Valiant. Because one reason why I know for sure a veteran might not take the same show as a Valiant, because if you give Valiant 100,000 and the veteran wants 80,000, as soon as they realize that, everything has gone through the roof. Because I'm out here way longer this guy, and I probably still have more hits than this guy. Why is he getting more than me?
Right.
So it's not, everything is not Badmind. It's just that like I say, everybody's in survival mode and they're doing the actual most. They don't give a fuck about the music or the business or the industry. They care about what deals with their kids, their mom, the house, the Benz, and their girl and their baby mother, and the next catty what they bring to the dance. That's what they care about. Outside of that, it doesn't matter. So if Popcorn got a plane to go to Kingston Fest and $150,000, then I'm not Popcorn, but I need $150,000 and I need 10 first class tickets. Meanwhile, Mike Spice needs 2 tickets and half the money.
Right. Right. I understood.
So check this out. So I gotta say this, because I was reading the chat. So the chat, these guys, for example, Jeannie Sweetness in the chat is somebody who's been in the game for a minute. I respect her still. So big up Jeannie Sweetness. She's been in the USA from Chicago to New York. I met her in Brooklyn. So she did mention something here that because she deals with the artists them directly. And she said, but in the dance hall, they're afraid. Oh, no. That's not the post. She said something that the artists them or the veteran artists are complaining that they are getting cut low cut pricing from the promoters themselves. Sorry about the focus. They're getting undercut by the promoters. The promoters are not willing to pay a certain amount of money for the veteran artists them. So they have to take a lower money, especially if they're putting on a show with a new artist like a Valiant, for example, who's going to charge a 60 grand. And the promoter's budget's 100 grand. Usually, let's use Freddie McGregor. No disrespect to the camp, right? But let's say Freddie charges 30 grand or whatever. He's not going to get that because he wants to put Freddie McGregor, Valiant, and Luciano or Bushman or something. So Freddie's going to take a cut, probably 15 or 20 grand. And I'm not using real numbers, people.
No, I
and Freddie McGregor.
Yeah, we understand. You're just
because, people are sensitive. We're just using as an example, but. Jeannie Sweetness is pretty much saying that the veteran artists them are the ones that are forced to take the cut because the people or the promoter understand that Valiant's going to bring in the people them, and the foundation artist is now more like the support for that. So that kind of backs up what Black was saying. Why for that? Why? Okay, but let me say something real quick. Let me say something real quick. I'm also coming off of that Japan tour where Freddie McGregor and Barrington Levy, it's funny you said those two names, they were the actual headlines of the tour. With TOK, Tony Mataran, Mighty Crown Turbo, all this stuff. But that whole entire tour was sold out. It was Ram, and it was for Freddie McGregor and Barrington Levy, and the love was amazing. So it kind of depends on where you are in the world. But I do agree that right.
100
the show.
Wait, hold on one sec. Sorry, Blaxz. Is that the Jeannie Sweetness that does the marketing for the music and sends out music and stuff? Oh, okay. Hi, Jeannie. I know the name. Yeah. I just recognize the name now.
So forget between the veteran artists and the new artists, who is going to give you a better show?
A better show? Veterans will give you a better show.
The new artists will pull numbers.
Are charging what Intense is charging, and you have a date where you can make some money and do a show, who are you going to depend on?
It depends, though. It depends.
We all don't have Babbzy money. That's the problem.
No, hold on a second. You richer than me. You out here. You got 10 grand to beat Rebel Tone. But listen, like
Oh.
Well, I have to go just now, you know. You have about
Here's the thing. So I'll give you an example. Barbados has an event called Reggae on the Hill. Reggae on the Hill is primarily 3 main events. It's a beach event, it's a vintage reggae event, and then it's the main event. Now, the vintage reggae event is probably the one of the more successful events if you had to compare the beach to the vintage. And vintage is like Leroy Gibbons, like vintage reggae, right? George Nooks, that's who's on that show, right?
Big up Nikita. You guys are in the chat,
And
bro. Jam Rock.
that show does extremely well, but that show is marketed as a vintage show, right? And it's not marketed as a young people show. It's marketed as a vintage show. And the marketing for that show, I mean, you see the difference in the people who are attending. You see the people in their suit and women in their high, like, you know what I mean? You can see that it's a classier event. It charges more at the door and it does extremely well. And that's where you're going to see the Carlene Davis and these people. However, Reggae on the Hill marketing is stellar, right? So like we have to look at that as well. Like they are a beast when it comes to the marketing part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just gonna say one last thing as far as this artist thing, because we got 10 minutes, and then I gotta go. Now, as far as me personally is concerned,
yeah,
how I rate artists is not by new or old, especially when it comes on to doing shows. I rate them and grade them based on your catalog. So you see, like, do you want to bring 4,000 people? Would I bring Intense? No. He doesn't have catalog. Would I bring Popcorn and try to do 4,000 people? Yes. He has the catalog. Would I do Barris? Yes, he has the catalog. Would I do Joshi?
A simple artist like General Degree.
No, he doesn't have the catalog. You get what I'm saying? If you have a good catalog, the bigger your catalog will be the bigger crowd that comes to your show anywhere you go. If you go to Washington, D.C. and they only do 100 people, if you have a big catalog, you get 100 to 150. If you have 3 songs, if you're hot right now, you might get the 80. But if you're not hot right now, a 40 people, you're a thing there.
Hot right now.
You get what I'm saying? So I rate artists based on catalog. If you have more than 10 songs that hit, play, I could play right now on a party and it does good, you might be somebody that could come to Canada. Gully Bop, no catalog. Tommy Lee, catalog. You understand?
Let me show you my catalog.
I don't go veteran or young artist. I don't do that. I go catalog. So when you tell me Byron, you see this shit? No?
Bob,
you want my catalog?
You never asked for your catalog.
What you know? Because you know, you're talking about being hot and thing. Because you know, now we hot this year. What am I gonna do? Feel me? Wanna hear me? Wanna be wicked this year? Not even water can call me. Lot of mercy. Easy.
Ricky has this under. Ricky has that.
You know,
yo,
it's funny because I actually
Black reaction in the comments.
No respect, yo.
Who's in the comments?
Tier.
You said Black
Super
Reaction?
K is on here.
Super K is from Black Reaction?
What
you want to see me do a dub plate? Hold on. Super K, I'm going to give you something right now. Hold on now. You want to draw me out?
Ninja Babs.
Hold on, no. Watch it. Let me find a rhythm there now.
Look at the
Let me
guitar.
find a rhythm for you
Yo,
now.
speak up here. Big up
Come,
the
let's
damn
go.
self. Roll on.
I lift my head up to the
Conversion.
Big up the vent.
Super K. I lift my head up to the hill. Some boy not understand themselves at all. I lift my head up to the hill. The wicked and the evil want to see we get killed. Sure, we have the hopes and you know we have the will. So we are gonna show you how the Babzilla skill. So me sing, face me if you can. You smile front of me and work for Satan. Boy, you're wrong. Level.
If you can. Babbzy and the true champion. Yo,
he wouldn't pay me. He said he wouldn't
put the
pay
link
me.
in the chat. Put the link in the chat. Bring it, Kamal. Let Kamal tell us if he thinks the sound man them are bad.
He wouldn't pay me.
And if them are bad
He
man.
wouldn't pay me.
Yo,
Listen,
yo,
hey,
it's not come out. It's
tomorrow. One thing with tomorrow, I'm gonna tell you. Tomorrow will always ride. That's why you can't play with Team Babbzy. Tomorrow will always ride with me. No matter how bad I sound, she gonna ride. She gonna be like Ninja Boots. Your hair look good and you sound good. You know what I mean? Listen, she gonna
come
always
on,
ride.
click it. Hold on, come on, click.
Oh, you want me this? You want me this? Come on, Black reaction. Okay, let me get something for you now.
No.
No, he said I didn't call his name. He wants me to call his name.
No, we're gonna bring him in.
But oh, don't diss him. Oh, you want? I was gonna diss him.
No, he's recording so he can get the reaction doubly.
Yo, that's like me today.
But you know what's so funny? I see Kamal at so much dance and beer screw face Kamal gives me every single time I see this man. It's just like you know what I mean? You know he's buff and thing, you know he got them big muscles and thing. He like screw face every time. Blaxz will always help me, but Kamal just like screw face beside me.
Hold on. I'm here for the fuckery. Cubans Universal wants to know, does Massacre have a catalog? I'm here for it, bro.
He said after call reaction.
I'm gonna tell you about Massacre, and then you guys give your.
What do you think? I'm gonna build a tune for Kamal right now. Go on.
Massacre,
I say yes.
Does have a catalog.
Okay.
His catalog doesn't reach to the four corners of the dancehall. I want you to tell me 4 Massacre gal songs right now. Right now. Tell me them right now. He doesn't reach the 4 corners. Tell me the 4 Massacre weed songs. Right now. No, right now. Say it fast. He doesn't touch the 4 corners. Almost there, but he does have a catalog, but everybody's still not coming. If Sanchez comes, gal, Badman, Ganja Man, God bless Christians, everybody can reach. If Massacre come, it's the bad man them and the girl them are part of the bad man them.
And
you understand? So he has a catalog, it doesn't reach everybody. So big up yourself, Cuban Universal. But
good question.
So what's the last topic? Me now miss that dub play session.
Listen, if it's gonna be can people start a sound right now? Can a selector say I want to become a sound man and start a sound right now that would be able to clash and hold weight out on the road?
It's you get no more respect. You don't get the same respect anymore, unless the sound was kind of passed down to you. You don't get the same respect anymore of going to the record store and buying records, studying, making cassettes, distributing your cassette, distributing your CD. You don't get the same respect anymore. You put up a link on TikTok and it gets 10,000 views and you're a sound man all of a sudden with a laptop. So being a sound man, saying I'm going to be a sound man nowadays, I don't see the prestige as it used to have one time ago.
Hold on. I'm going to drop something for Kamal because Kamal, listen, I ain't no sweet bread, you know.
I want you to touch my hand.
It's not no sweet bread over here, you know.
To show me you understand. When Babbzy sound is
it's not no joke, Kamal.
Sound very wonderful. You know I can't express this feeling of tenderness. Sure, let me not tell you on a Babbzy, you know. Out the Babbzy, I got a blender say that. Run things. Nah, yeah.
Is it?
Hold on, let me action.
Babbzy, blow your nose. I'm not your man. I know that you are not blind. So please make up your mind. Why are you? I want to talk about Babbzy are the baddest blogger in the world. No boy can't test. Take Bush. I want to say to the Malva says, leave bout ya. Babbzy, I know bust it, Babbzy. Run for your life. Babbzy, I will take your life. Run, why won't you run? Blogger, don't try to stop. Blaxz, gonna take your life. Run, why won't you run? Long time, Babbzy no kill no black boy. You, yes. Think about that. A long time.
Wait.
Sorry, toddler.
You dropped the toddler earlier. That's what I was gonna come back on you for this. You dropped the toddler in the mix.
Yeah. Them for know some Babbzy thing turn up. Yo, I want to them. Not quiet about time. Some man better know themselves, you know. Yeah. Babbzy, how on the year? Na. Babbzy, I say. Cha. That's the angel. Yeah, love Babbzy. We're up, son. I'm with hip, son. And I'll be there. If you need me, just call and you receive she. That's the angel. Yeah, love Babbzy. We're up, son. I'm with hip, son. And I'll be there. If you need me, just call and you receive we. Move to the left hand. Na. Move to the right hand. Cha. Out your side hand. Na. Yeah. Babbzy, where we say a beer man want she. She touch the road, the mountain man where swamp she. Beer man want. We no know. Babbzy said.
Just let Kamal know Kamal, let's want you know that the box is heavy, Kamal. Next time you see me, say hello. Blaxz, you dropped the Harry toddler in the mix. I said, you trying to stunt. Don't play. Don't be digging up over there neither. Don't play. But I think if you have money, Blaxz is digging up for a dub right now on me, you know. I can tell. You're digging through your phone for a dub. No, but I was saying.
What's the time in Blaxz?
Yeah, you have to. Blaxz, I have to go soon. Yes, no. I think you could start a sound now.
Ricky, adapt me a pre, you know that.
I think you could start it. I think you could start a sound now, but you have to just have connects. You know what I mean?
So we tell them, say I'm Babbzy, Junex, I represent Babbzy, the biggest and the baddest. Take it to them. Not even the dogs that piss against the ones of Babylon to escape the rod Babbzy come to pour. And she shall burn when burn them continuously, for them cease to oppress. Battlefield. Oh, plead my cause, oh Jah. Babbzy stand firm when the wicked them rise against the eye. And order her steps, oh Jah. The way is dark, never leave her alone. Babbzy tell them you fear no foe, no. Babbzy I tell them say now is not the time to turn the other cheek. Cause the wicked in a Babylon slow you with your weak. So me say whoa, plead my cause, oh Jah.
Listen, them on the dubs, I don't even know some of these.
Yo, what is this, world class? Yo, what's the next topic? What is world class?
So you said, oh wait, what is this one? Hold on.
Prodigal son. She's so mighty.
Babbzy, them can't hype like you. Boom!
We are bigger than that.
Just somebody said that.
Unfathomable. They don't have a clue. Glory to your name, God.
Babbzy.
Just name mega magnificent. Just name mega ginormous. Mega magnificent, you magnanimous.
Jesus bigger than what people say. Jesus bigger than what people say.
say. Babbzy. I hear them talking, hear them running up their mouth, but you're bigger than what people say. Worldwide, Babbzy beat up.
Yo, you know when you got gospel dubs, you bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know you got gospel dubs, you bad.
All right. Here's my take. Yo, Ricky, you can forward back now.
Ricky probably gonna go looking dubs to come mash me up, you know. I know.
All right.
I know.
If the question was what? If should you start a sound right now?
Yeah, would it be hard? Like if somebody was like, yeah, I want to be a selector, I want to get into the music thing, I want to start a sound, what should I do?
Every time people tell me that they want to be a DJ, I tell them stick to their day job. The shit's just like the NBA. Everyone's not going to make it.
Right.
Now, if you're 16, 15, 17, 19, go ahead and start a song. Because as you grow up and come up and run around the place, then you'll get the ratings and you know what I mean? You'll get to meet who you need to meet and everything will transpire organically. But if you're like 30 years, if you're 30 years old and you're building a sound, if you have money to do it, to buy dub plates, you can. The thing is about that is that the sounds that have the money and bust quick like that, they don't, in my opinion, they don't actually have the respect. So it's like as soon as they stop spending, everything slows down for them.
So someone asked, how much have you invested so far?
In what?
Your song.
I don't know. I like music and I'm a music connoisseur. So I haven't put a number on it and I haven't really thought about it.
How much dubs do you have?
Right now?
Yeah.
Right now? I don't have 1,000.
Oh, I have 1,000. I have 1,000. Wait, what on then? This is my favorite dub.
George Nooks and we say, yo, Babbzy, give it to them. Straight. Yeah, man. Babbzy, make them know. They massive them. Right now.
Come on, this one's for you.
Babbzy said, wait, oh no, have trouble. Don't cry. Oh no, oh no. Just remember, Babbzy is standing by.
This one's tough.
Oh Lord, oh yeah. Massive way, oh no, have trouble. Don't cry. Oh no, oh no. Always remember.
Watch the vocal range now. Watch it, Blaxz. Watch it.
Babbzy is standing by. I wanna tell you right now, Babbzy is standing by.
Yo, Tamara, clear the line.
So
you know he sang in this one. He sang. Is that Hutch over there saying Babbzy tough?
Yeah, they want to know if you have Terry Linen.
No, I don't have no Terry Linen. Someone said we spend money around here. Quentin Regis. Who's that? That's your friend.
That's tiny. That's Tiny.
Oh, that's Tiny. Tiny! What's up? Let's see Tiny on Instagram posing with you, right?
All right, yo, Babbzy, you see the time?
Yeah,
Yo,
go ahead. Say bye to everybody. Let everybody know. Yeah.
Big up everybody in the chat. Remember, we're not Badmind.
Love and reggae.
Makes us...
Love and reggae.
Oh, yeah. If you're in the city this Saturday, 4 p.m., Love and Reggae at Aquario. I want to give away 4.
Yeah, DM Blaxz on Instagram, and he'll pick 2 people to give away the tickets to tomorrow.
The first 3 people that message me on Instagram. What time is it right now?
It is 10:02. So Mr. Working Hours.
The first 3 people that message me on Instagram, me give a VIP for you and your friend them forward, and we got a nice shooting. Babbzy will be there.
Yes, I'll be there whining and skinning out.
All right, good. So make sure you come out this Saturday, 4 p.m. doors. Oh, Ricky, you're back.
Yeah, Ricky's back.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Oh, you
finish the
found your love.
conversation about
All right.
becoming a
Anyways,
sound.
everybody have a good night. Big up
Bye,
yourself.
Blaxz. Go message Blaxz now and go get his go get a ticket for free for Love and Reggae. So he's
It's
saying
the
that
work.
starting a sound now would be, especially if you're in your 30s, it wouldn't be a good idea. But if you're like 19, 20, that it would be a good idea. Like it would be a better idea.
Hold on, let me turn my thing down here because this is feedbacking right here.
Oh yeah.
All right, so first of all,
Mhm.
like to me, I'm looking at it like on a level of this right now. How hard it would be, how easy it was for us to get dub plates, which these dub plates now have accumulated over the years and have also gained so much value over the years.
Mhm.
Will the Romain Virgo dub plate and the Christopher Martin dub plate of today get the same respect of my early Freddie McGregor's and my early Sanchez? You
Mhm.
know? And how long do they have to wait? These youths have to wait for it to get that value. And will society and the way how things move so fast give them that time to wait? Because we had since the late 80s until now for the tune them to season and ripen in the business. Like, I don't feel like it's a good idea. Okay, so here's another thing that I wanted to say is that in every city, you have a commercial radio DJ.
Right.
That's number one in that city. Everybody knows him or her. They get all the artists them on their show to do interviews. They get dub plates from these artists. Look at Jamaica. Look at some of those radio DJs in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? So Big Al and those is it Big Al, I think, or something like that? Big A. So and Susie Q back in the days and stuff like that. So my point is that every city has big radio DJs and amazing DJs within their city. Those DJs don't get no flyout or nothing. Well, one Jamaica festival through the radio station or something like that, or through a sponsor. But the sound man them in every city who have dub plates, those are the ones that get the plane tickets. The market for flying out and playing in different countries are dub plates. It's a dub plate market. It's not a market for the best DJ in your city, right? He might get a one bashment dance across Canada somewhere in Vancouver or in Edmonton or something, but he's not getting no big party out in Spain or in Israel like Blaxz or out in Japan and stuff like I and I, right? The dub plate sounds that invest in dub plates are the ones that are getting the plane tickets to fly out all over the world. So going back to the point, a young sound coming up in the game, investing in dub plates has to wait so long for it to season. I don't see it being a they used to say that the sound business is a rich man's hustle. I don't see them sticking with it through the hard times and through the dub plate prices that we have right now. I couldn't sustain King Turbo sound if the dub plate prices were at the start what they are right now.
Where they are now.
Couldn't sustain
So
it.
to me, the last sound I would say that like Bus is King Shine for sound clash type of stuff. What do you think?
King Shine is after Young Hawk, Jamie Young Hawk. They're after, because Jamie Young Hawk was a really big sound that did a lot of work. King Shine, I think, yes, was after Young Hawk.
Yeah.
Poison Dart did a comeback for a little bit. I'm not sure what happened to
No,
that.
but Poison Dart
King
is
Adi,
like, yeah, yeah.
King Adi came back again. They did a big thing. Stop clashing now. Soul Supreme is the number one sought out sound. People want to hear the clash. LP is still clashing.
Is Stone Love still a sought out sound?
Stone Love?
Yeah.
Definitely, 100%. Stone Love is still Stone Love. Yeah, definitely. They were Mortal sound. Yeah, I'm gonna go with King Shine. Yeah, I can agree on that. King Shine is probably one of the new sound them to bust out at the gate as a sound that people respect on a level. Yeah.
What do you think? Where do you think their success? Why they were successful to kick out the gate?
Clash again, dub plate sound. Yeah, he has a full of personality, and people want to be entertained when they go to dance. They just don't want to just, So yeah, he's full of personality, and he was willing to clash the big wigs. You know, he's not scared to clash.
Yeah, I heard Ricky Troopa talking about Clash today, and he was bigging up King Shine, and he was like, yeah, they don't fear nobody. Like they'll run out on anyone. So I was just like, Jimmy's making moves, you know, because I met Jimmy long time ago when actually he was going through his chemotherapy. That's when I met him. So I
Right.
know that
Yes.
they're like the last sound that kind of got out there like that. Someone, oh yeah, Stone Love is immortal. Yeah, you know, I always wonder why they never clashed because they had so much dubs. You know what I mean? Metro Media back in the day would pull a clash, but Stone Love would never clash. They would just juggle, do
No.
their juggling.
But they've been known for that. So to get Stone Love to clash is just ridiculous. That's not going to happen too easily. But again, if Stone Love was the best juggling with no dub plate sound, they wouldn't be flying in the #1 sound in the whole world
That's
since
true.
the 80s.
Because even
Right? You
Jimmy,
have to.
he's on a plane. He flies out a lot more than like some of the. I don't want to call anybody's name to insult anybody, but like when I see like DJ White Boy and these guys, they play every weekend, but they don't fly like Jimmy does, and they're
But this is what I'm
juggling
trying to say.
sounds.
Without calling the names, this is what I'm trying to say. There's like a carousel of a Canadian Toronto carousel that you can continue to play in the same clubs every single weekend. What's the difference between Ricky Turbo and the guy that plays out inside the clubs every single weekend? The difference is the plane ticket. And why are they hiring me with a plane ticket, and why are they not hiring the hottest guy in the city right now? It's because of my dub plate.
Right.
It's because of dub plates.
Right.
I'm not gonna hide behind it. Where you think I invested? I suffered for those dub plates, and we're hungry for them sometimes.
You were
understand?
hungry,
So,
eh?
yeah, of course, that's the reason we flying out right now. So, if for a sound to be taken serious in the industry, they have to have wicked dub plates, yo. So, for a new sound to come up in the game right now, he has to have hit the lottery or has a lot of money that he can invest in a lot of dub plates real fast. Foundation dub plates as well, not just the new hot shit. Because until this day, I'm going to say that foundation is what wins clashes. It's the
Well,
foundation at the end of the day.
that's a part of it, but like for you, like the feedback around you is like you on the mic is deadly, right? Like they're like your mic skills like in a clash, like
Big up. That's a different part. Music wise though, foundation music kills the sound, kills the other sound. Yeah, but as an MC, if you don't have a wicked MC or MC that love his music or love his sound or is very heartless in what he says, then you're not going to beat me. At least you probably beat someone else. But now,
do you practice? Like, do you practice?
My practice is just talking shit, talking what I want to say anytime I want to say it. And no, I don't practice. But you know, I still get anxiety for every dance. I get high level anxiety.
You used to get anxiety to come on here too. You're like, Babs, man, you know, I'm like, just come, man. Yeah.
I get high level anxiety being in front of people and stuff. I don't like it. It's so ironic, but I guess that's what it is. I don't know. I just deal with it. That's why I'm saying when people say they have mental issues or they have this kind of issues, everybody got issues, yo. I have a real true problem being in front of people. And here I am on camera, set it all up and everything myself. So I'm just saying, like, you just tackle it head on. Babbzy, if it wasn't you
see what your Mad Cobra meets Beanie Man tape did? Look what it got you. It got you on a podcast with me 20, 30 years later. 30 years later. Yeah. So talk to everybody about your new channel too, because you know I see give them the channel and everything so they can follow you. Because I know
it's completely different. Yeah, it's not even like the regular thing. Yeah, okay, so this channel, people, is pretty much like relationship advice. You have to understand, as a sound man, I'm able to see everything, yo. I see the cheating, I see the good good relationships. People have came and said, boy, Ricky Turbo, we got married because we met at your party, we had babies, we met at your party, we met on your radio station on the 89.5 show, The Morning Ride, and we met from that radio station and we got married. So I feel like we were always able to we've played so much weddings as King Turbo and been involved in baby showers and birthday parties that I actually see family relationships. I see relationships between friends and I see relationships between couples. You get me? So, and I'm in a long-term relationship myself. I'm more of a relationship dude than I am a
How long you been with Mitchie?
Oh, just right now, that's a soft one. That's only 5-6 years, yo. But I know Michie from the 80s. I know her from the late 80s, so it feels like that's a real yeah.
You better
so
hold on.
My point
That's a good girl you got there, boy. You better hold on to she.
Trinidad gal, you know.
Yeah, you gotta hold on to
But
she.
the relationship channel, yo, it's called Mr. See, so it's a lot of red pill, blue pill, and we talking about that. We warning the young women about how to look out for these pookies and ray rays, and we warning the young men how to not be a pookie and ray ray. See,
Yeah.
because a lot of single mother, single father homes, and we just want to protect the young youth them against the bullshit in the world. So that channel is called Mr. on YouTube, and it's completely not sound related. And my King Turbo channel, I'll get all my traveling and all that stuff on the King Turbo channel. But for now, my focus is elsewhere for now. And I'm very happy to be doing it right here. Seeing?
I am pulling up the channel and I'm not seeing it. It's called Mr.
Oh,
Mister.
Mr. Yeah, I got to look it in here, Babbzy. Let me look for it and show you, man.
Let me think that's funny to say.
I don't want to get off this channel here, but I have the link. I'll send it to you. But Mr. 2023, Mr. 2023. So I don't remember if it's MR 2023 or MR 2023. Right? The Mr. Show 2023.
Yeah, let me try this one.
The Mr. Show. All right. Anyways, people, I want to say big up. Yo, people like Jamrock Records, Genie Sweetness, the first time I'm seeing you here, Christina, Nikita, Drain Nation, Sin, Boss Lady, enough respect every time. You know, I can't really do it too late, Babbzy, because you don't know
Yeah,
me.
no, yeah, take off now. You know, if you guys want to
Something like-
follow Ricky, you know how to get to him. Let me put up your little thing I've been putting on for you tonight. Yeah, so follow Ricky. He has a lot going on. So that's why he's not going to be on the podcast every single week, because he has his own stuff building, but he is a welcome pass through whenever he feels like guest.
I'm here as long as I'm ready and up. Babbzy, I'm here. I love it. I love this crowd you have here. I promote it on my WhatsApp. I promote it on my Instagram.
Hey,
so
Rambo.
follow me at King Turbo Ricky at Instagram, King Turbo Canada at Instagram. Big up yourself.
Yeah. Hey, Mitchie.
We are men.
All right. Have a good week, Ricky.
Enough
Weekend.
respect, Babbzy.
All right. Take care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
easy.
Give thanks. Bless.
Yeah, guys. So that is basically what it says. Babbzy, my brethren, I am Salvador. Love the King Turbo Ricky. So like, listen, Ricky's been it's serious. You know how it is. Genie, big up. I didn't even know that was a Genie Sweetness that I get a lot of marketing emails from you and stuff. So it's good to actually see you. And Nikita, make sure you send me the dancehall song. Rambo, you was gonna call in to have a conversation. I don't know if you're gonna do it now. I'll drop the link. Talking about artists being Badmind. You say you want to put in your little 2 cents. So I don't know if you're gonna call though. You might not. But yeah, guys. So normally now we're gonna be doing Tuesdays at 8 p.m. as per usual. We're not gonna change from that. We're looking to try to see if we can do a recorded session at another point, because we might be able to meet like later in the night, like 11 o'clock, and we don't want to go live starting at 11. Like that's really late, especially from my UK people. They'll be like, Babbzy, what the heck? Like this like 4 o'clock in the morning for us. But yeah, we're not going nowhere. You know, I know you guys got that post and you guys were like, what the hell? Calls were coming through left, right, and center, and I was just like trying to avoid you guys. Drea cussing on Instagram, Babbzy, my corn, and I was just like, oh Lord, everyone's mad. No, we're not going nowhere. We just going through this whole, battle right now because we're talking the truth, and it's gonna, I think, work out for the better in the end, because we need the truth. We need to know what's actually happening. What point does it make to sit down and listen to people who are fabricating stories so that they can make money on YouTube? That doesn't make any sense, and it's just weird to see the state of dancehall blogging on YouTube. I would like to get back to people who have credentials, people who are actually involved in the dance, people who like actually do, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know where these guys came from. Like all of these guys, when I listen to them, it's clear to me they have nothing to do with dancehall. And if you're a dancehall fan, you're a dancehall fan. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't blog like you're an expert. You're a fan. And Fans don't have the behind the scenes knowledge on stuff. So that's why even when these conversations are going on and we're sitting down, we're like, you don't know how much an independent artist puts into marketing. Like, you have no clue how much money an independent artist, like, you're just the reasoning for me is just, it's too linear and one to one. It's not in 3D. So, oh yeah, this person is signed. So what does that mean? There's people that are signed that are benched. They can't get a dime. They can't get a dime from their label. Their label doesn't want to do nothing with them. And then there's people that are independent that have a whole heap of money to put into marketing. You know, like it's just this weird conversation that happens, and it's like, my artist is this and your artist is this. Movado and Cartel can't be compared to one another. Okay, yeah, they clashed it at Sting 2008. Cartel is in jail, right? Movado's on the road, and Movado should be doing this. Movado's friend got killed at his boss's party. Movado's mom died, and he's overseas, and he couldn't go to the funeral. Like, there are a whole heap of issues that Movado's facing. You know what I'm saying? Idonia's lazy. Everyone always said that. You didn't know his kid had cancer, though. You understand what I'm saying? So Idonia should be putting out more music, and he should be this and he should be that. You don't know why he's not putting out music. You don't understand what's going on behind the scenes. You're just sitting down as a fan with no facts. Like, we knew Idonia's son was ill. That wasn't something that we broadcasted, but we knew that, right? So you're there beating up on him. Oh, Idonia's lazy and he's just not. No, Idonia was trying to spend time with his son because he didn't know how much time his son had left on earth. And you, the insensitive vlogger that doesn't know anything about what's happening in the industry, you're blogging about him with no clue about what's really happening. You don't know what's happening with these guys. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Movado couldn't go to his mother's funeral because of all the drama that's surrounding him going on in Jamaica. I went to my mom's funeral and I cry every single morning, every single day. So I could only imagine how he's going through that. He wasn't even able to go to his mother's funeral. Like, people are going through real life things, and I just feel like these guys on YouTube, they're just assholes. Like, everything is like, oh, well, this person just came out and then they're doing this and they're doing this, right? Like, Valiant's numbers came out the other day. Valiant is doing well in sales. We don't know how much money Valiant is putting into marketing. Come, Rambo. Drop the link. We don't know how much Valiant is putting into marketing. Right? We can't just look at the numbers and chart data and RIAA and just be like, yeah, you know, this artist is doing better than this artist and this and that. And like, you don't know. You understand what I mean? Like, I always say this all the time. When I look at the YouTube numbers and stuff for Barbados and stuff, those are not the biggest songs in the dancehall. Those are the most viewed songs on YouTube. These are the most streamed songs on Spotify. But in the dance is still playing, girl, I want you to pat it, take off your clothes, put on the music. Like, those songs are still fucking up the dance. Rama, Jama, you know, tell you when Panani was invented. Those songs still run the dance hall in Barbados. Ring, ding, ding, everybody hear this thing. Those songs run the dance in Barbados. You're not going to see those with high numbers on YouTube, and you're not going to see those being listened to on Spotify. But when you play Tell Me When Panani Was Invented in Barbados, the dance is going to flip over. So this is why I feel like with us, we need to have these conversations about what is happening. So that's why Blaxz is important. Ricky's important. He's in Japan. Blaxz is here, there, and everywhere. These guys are not talking from exposure, right? Like, they're talking from their own point of view as fans, and they need to relay that. They need to relay that. They need to be like, look, I'm a fan, and as a fan, I feel that Cartel's the king, right? But when they start trying to position themselves as experts, that's where there's a problem. And then that's why you're going to have an issue with us, because we're the experts. We're in the industry, right? And I feel like a lot of the disdain towards me is part of the reason why they stay mad. In their mind, I'm a loser. I have nothing going on for me. I like they have this conclusion of me. So then when they see Morgan Heritage with me or whoever, they're kind of like, well, why are they with her? Well, it's not my fault that you refuse to believe that I'm a respected blogger in the industry. Like, I can't get you to see that. You know, if you don't see that, then honestly, I can't help you. Rambo!
Babbzy, why pray now?
What? You have camera on too? What? Yes, come on.
What do you mean?
Face reveal. Rambo
What do you mean?
Kanambo. What's up, brother?
Why am I there, you know?
Yeah?
I'm there,
Your bedroom look expensive and ting, boy. You look like you're living good life, man.
We there at Jamaica, you know, we not suffer. That's how we're going to say.
Good. So listen, I saw you comment in the post that I put up, and you were saying about bad-minded artists. What was your take on the if dancehall artists are bad-minded? What did you think about that? By the way, people, I need you to know who this is. This is my savior in the YouTube streets. It's the first time I'm seeing him, but this is my defender, savior, shatter. Like, they can't play with me when he's in the place. So it's the first time I've seen him, but he's been 2 years now. I've seen him online and stuff like that. He defends me everywhere. So we have to respect Rambo Kanambo because he has my back to the end. That's one thing. I don't question your loyalty ever. But talk to me now. What do you think about the bad-minded in the dancehall thing now?
Me think some people too opinionated enough for a time.
Yeah?
When they come on to the dancehall artists, then.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, some man may have them ways, and Ray and Tay who don't have them ways.
Mm-hmm.
And me think money kind of amplify enough of them money ways. You know? So you say if a man did stay so a little bit, you have him money, you know, the times 10, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Enough of things when me hear enough of people them talk on YouTube, them give them opinion.
Exactly.
And not because them say, oh, me talk facts, that don't mean say facts.
Exactly.
If you Google it,
Coffee, I heal you up, by the way. Yeah, no, that's my concern. And that's kind of the reason, because I left dancehall blogging, right? Like, altogether. I was just like, oh, hell no, I ain't dealing with this. You know what I mean? Like, every day, suck your mother, rah, rah, rah. But then artists would see me and they're like, Babbzy, no, you need to come back because we need the facts, man. We need the facts, Babbzy. Like, these people are just talking their own opinion and their own agenda, you know? And it's tough because dancehall needs help, right? Even on the international front. Like, it's just at a place right now where everybody kind of has to get on board with one another. And I was talking about it last week. I don't know if you heard me, but I was saying, like, the government has given up on it in Jamaica. It's clear, right? Because, like, when I look at how much funding Jamaica's even giving to Carnival, like, they're not giving that amount of money to dancehall and reggae. Why?
Why? I think them kind of tired of it, you know. And I think, let me tell you why problem is. Let me tell you why problem is. And this is my opinion. Let me tell you why. Enough of them man a mix and a mingle and a associate themselves with the wrong characters. I could just say.
Right.
You see, because of that, me was saying tighty people now go want for as much as them would have want for in the hype. When time you mix and you mingle with certain crowd, them are gonna stay away from you.
Right.
Right? And rightfully so. Right? I mean, remember say a man credibility and him whole persona. And a man when him have that, you know, you tarnish that, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard for you fix it.
Yeah.
So your reputation, you know, as a man, you know, you have to careful, you have to hold on to that, you know.
Yeah.
And you have to, as somebody tell me one long time, you have to maintain your professionalism, you know.
Yeah, Jamaica is very classist. Like, it's a very classist society where it's like you're uptown, you're down, like, you know what I mean? Like, and they don't like to mix. You're right. Like, so yeah, right. So I like when they had carnival this year, I started posting videos on Instagram, and it was interesting for people to come back and say, "Oh, this is the first time I've seen the streets in Jamaica before. We've never seen the streets," and like something that basic, right? Like they're like, "We've never seen the streets of Jamaica like this." Like only when they see an accident or you know what I mean. And so I'm like, they've never like. So now when people say stuff like that.
They never see it. Let me tell you what, them never see, except from, as you said, something bad a go wrong or something wrong. You understand? Something happen like that. Them not see it. Them not see the people them a party like this. Not so often too. You see it, but not so often because the internet and so is just clouded with bad news after bad news after bad news. Right? So you see through all of that, the bad news and find something positive. Right? But and again too, I want to tell you said Carnival did uptown people thing from man, you know. Carnival did uptown people thing and a ghetto people thing, a dancer thing, you know. Right? And them use dancer some of the time when it suit for them agenda. Right? So they use it sometime when it suit agenda, when it not suit them agenda again, then put it back right with them fine.
Right. So they get their dubs for election and then that's it.
You know, hyped up and a and then when the time pass, when it get the 5 minutes of fame, then they just put it back.
Yeah. I noticed that, like, because I mean, I'm in Jamaica often, and I never realized that people didn't see the roads and like stuff like that. I never picked up on because I'm always in the street, right? Like I'm always out there. So I felt a way when I heard people saying that, like, "Oh, we've never seen the streets in Jamaica like this before," and "Oh, people are having a good time winding in the road," and I'm just like, how do we get that view for dancehall now? You know what I mean? Because that's who really needs it.
Let me tell you what the next problem too. You see them hotel where I build? Them hotel, them have the people them in the hotel, right? And if the people them keep partying at the hotel, them keep dance, them keep this and that. So it's like the people them, they make the people them never have to leave their hotel room. True. Hotel comfort, right? So all of them money, you know, people usually go back in the day and go a craft market. So you don't even have to do that. They must sell craft for the hotel.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So when them have the market like that, towards the market like that, so you know them circle it them the way that hard, you know.
Yeah.
And me tell you, them we see the beach and ray, but it's like it just there another one spear there, right on the hotel compound. And then we never make it. The only way you will leave, and then remember say them have that stigma, you know. Well, if you go to Jamaica, you go to the left, you're safe upon the compound, and if you go there, so we can't guarantee your safety and ray. I'm not telling you, man. That's why when you look, you see anything what happen upon the hotel, like crime related, them find that the somebody the fast, you know.
Yeah.
Quick, you know, problem
of
solve,
course.
crime solve quick.
Of course.
Because them reflect interest.
Yeah.
Because the hotel them are them interest.
Yeah.
You have to understand that.
Which is unfortunate because they're not making money from them.
It is what it is, you know. At the end of the day, you know, money talking, you know. Money talking at the end of the day, you know. And then people that were investing in the hotel, some them pocket deep. You know?
Yeah, it's true.
Some of them hotel literally funded by royal families, you know.
Yeah, I did a segment on it when I was talking about they're having tax concessions for 40 years. They don't pay corporate tax, they don't pay property tax, they don't pay anything. They're taking NIS or what unemployment from their employees, but they're not remitting it to the government. Like what?
It's a big joke thing. It's a big joke thing. Trust me, man. When you deep whole spectrum, it's a big joke thing.
I just felt really bad to see, like, even on the Independence when they gave Machel the key, and I'm like, I love Machel. Machel's my artist, like, you know what I'm saying? Machel's team Babbzy, but I was like, this is a real bad look now. Like, why would you give a Trini man the key on independence of Jamaica, because I can tell you, like, not me and Motley in Barbados, she would never, ever,
Why?
dare.
Can you imagine?
She would never do that to Bajans. Like, she would just never do that. You know, like Keith Rowley is known to kind of be a little bit thing, and Keith Rowley would never pull a stunt like that with the Trinis. So I was like, yo, you guys gave a key to the city to a Trini on your independence. Like, this is bad. You know what I mean? This is bad.
You never have nobody better. You have to say they couldn't find somebody else.
Bad.
Then go way over there, so.
Bad. I'm getting cussed in the comments. Who's that cussing me? Nikita, Christina, Drea. Drea, you know, you ever see Rambo before, Drea? Drea know you, Drea Nation know you too, you know, you should be over there. I am coughing.
You see, because I go link you, you know, I go link you. Yeah?
Listen,
but I normally
you see what's going on with Coffee and the people them online?
What? I see it, you know, I don't know, as I said, I don't on YouTube very often, so I see it, but I can't get the fullness of it. I not even want to say nothing about this, because I don't get the fullness of it, I can't just left here alone. Because I can't say nothing, I don't understand what I go on completely, but you know, look good, Jack.
It look away. I've been hurdling it like what's the hurdles dude that you got? What's the Omar something? What's his name? I'm like, bruh. I'm like, what the heck is going on, dog? But for me, I'm just getting the attacks because we doing the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Cartel got gold with Fever, but you know.
But not like the truth, you know.
Yeah, especially coming from me. I know, like I'm polarizing. Either you absolutely love me or you absolutely hate me. You know what I'm saying? I think for me too, I'll tell you what the problem is with me. I think I'm too much of a shotta, right? Like so. You were there the day that they jumped me. You were the only one on my side when it was like 8, 9 of them and it was ganging me. And I was like, yo, which one's next? I'm gonna curse you. I'll tell you about your raw soul. You know, like I defend the ends because I stand in the truth. So like I don't have a reason to be afraid and hide. And I think a lot of times, especially in dancehall, women can be very submissive. And it's like, you know, oh, yo, inbox that girl and tell her, say, you want to fling some cocky pun her and that. You can't deal with me like that. Like, I'm not that person. Like, I'm like a machine. You know what I mean? Like, the artists call me Babzimus Prime. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm the Transformers. Like, so I feel like I don't have that typical, like, girly, airheady kind of thing that is existing in the industry. And then it's like when they start talking to me and I'm like, nah, this is not how it happened. This is not the history. This is how this go. They're like, Babbzy know the music better than us. Like, wagwan.
Not tell us, man. That part of you will come out, but it depends upon who you're in a company with.
Yeah. It's true.
So like you don't know, certain people you're not gonna behave certain way around them. And you know, certain people, you know, anything goes because you're not really rate them like that too. So yeah, so it go both ways. So as I said, it just depends upon who you're them.
I'll tell you the thing with me. So, I grew up in Malvern, and Malvern was such a rough area, and if you got bullied today and you did nothing, you're gonna see 10 people coming for you tomorrow. Right? So like if you didn't stand your ground and kind of hold your own, like you would get run over. And I grew up like that, right? 2, my dad is an alpha male, right? But when I say alpha, there's a video on the channel with him on it. You can take a look at it. Like he's the leader of the pack of the alphas. Like he's not just the alpha. He's at the front of the pack of the alphas. Like, he's the leader of them. So, I'm not used to men that act girly. Like, I'm used to a man who is a man who's secure with his intellect, who's secure and confident with his ability to speak in public settings. Like my father is a confident alpha male. So I don't understand this like bitchy stuff going on with these men where they'll be like, why she has said this and why she not go on there and like because I don't know that, right? Like my dad knows the road. Like he's an alpha man. So I don't understand how to interact with like gamma males, I guess, and like not even beta, like they're like delta and gamma guys, like insecure, you know,
Who does?
not educated and they're insecure about that, and like I don't know how to interact with guys like that because it's kind of like, okay, so you didn't go to school, you're not educated, what I got to do with me? You know what I'm saying? But when I start speaking and saying things, then they start to get offended or intimidated, so then they resort to like aggression. So that's kind of what has happened. Like I'd say this all the time. You guys should know that Nitty Gritty sang "We Run Things" before Florida, and you live in Jamaica. When you went to the corner shop to get your bun and cheese, you must have heard the songs playing. We heard them. So how come I'm the one that has to kind of explain the history, right? So artists call me jukebox Babbzy. Yeah, and they don't like it. They don't like it.
People don't take the time. That's why man, there's so much misinformation about even this dancehall and thing and the artists them. You can't just go round and round and round because people have failed to do them research. They might listen to some people, as I said, because they hear them say something, them speak a sentence and utter a sentence, and then after that them say facts.
Yeah.
That automatically click in your head, say, oh yes, that's true him attack.
Yeah.
True she attack.
Or loud,
let's believe
the loudness to go along with it. Like who can scream the loudest or be the most intimidating.
I understand they must spit them bullshit with such confidence.
Yeah. But here's my new rule. So here's the rules that I've been given, Rambo. Tell me if this is okay since you're the chief of security for Team Babbzy, right? I'm not allowed to argue with anybody who has less than 100,000 followers on all their platforms. So they have to have at least 100,000 followers on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube for me to reply back to them. How do you feel about that?
Fair enough.
So you don't have to defend me.
I'm gonna tell you why. Not everybody is worth answering.
It's true.
Right? Not everybody is worth answering. Like me say to somebody, like you can't ask me anything. Doesn't mean I have to answer.
True.
Right? So them can say what them a say. Talk what them a talk. So that's why I tell you say enough of the time you have to kill some of them with this stoic, you know?
Yeah.
Just be stoic as fuck with some of them.
Oh, okay.
Don't give a fuck. Yeah, so what you say?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Doesn't mean it's true, but alright, cool.
I gotta get to.
No, I got answers.
You know what it is? It's like if you have children, right? You understand, like my mom recently passed, but my mom always still treated me like a baby, right? Like no matter how old I got, she still treated me like a 6-week-old, and I couldn't understand it until I got my blog. Like so, when I started my blog, I started from nothing. Like when I say nothing, I mean nothing. Like people are starting now when they have their cameras already and they have certain stuff intact. I had nothing when I started blogging. I had like a cheap ass webcam and a whack camera, and like I built it up, but I still see that blog coming from nothing with the cheap camera. So even though the brand has grown so big, I still see a baby. So when people come to attack it, I feel like I gotta push them off my baby. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you can't fight my baby. Like I'm gonna come and defend. I'm like the mama cub. You know what I'm saying? But I realize now, like a lot of my fans will tell me, they're like, Babbzy, you don't have to answer this riffraff person. They're nothing in society. Their voice means nothing. Like don't even acknowledge what they're talking about. But like I get scared sometimes, truthfully, when they start to try to steer the narrative about me a certain way. I feel like I have to defend myself But people are like, Babbzy, your history and your work speaks for itself, right? Like your YouTube views and following is not your real life following. Like look at your Facebook, look at your IG, right? Like you're just building your YouTube now.
Put it this way. Who knows knows.
Yeah,
right? Who knows knows.
So I gotta work on that. I have a weakness in that. I always feel like I gotta no, you can't say that shit. What you talking about? And I'm gonna start defending, but
like, and everything is worth defending.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes I say just stoic.
Yeah.
Don't give a fuck.
And
that's the way I say. Don't make it true. But okay.
And I'm being a Bajan too, culturally. Bajans and Jamaicans are very different culturally, like socially, like very different. Like I don't know if you've ever seen Mia Motley in interviews, but have you seen how she deals with some of these like reporters that like are interviewing her? She'd be like, "What? Like Andrew Holness would never." You know what I mean? Reply like that. He always will give the plastic smile. Mia Motley doesn't do that. She's like, you know what I'm saying? So even though she's go on.
Andrew Holness is a politician. Mia Motley is not. She in a politics, but she's not a politician.
Right.
So because you know, a politician will act accordingly,
Yeah.
Right? So same way that maintain that professionalism, a politician will do that. But Mia Motley, from Mia Motley, you're like, the name may not even sound like one of them kind of, you know.
Yeah.
Mia Motley.
Yeah.
So could I even pass with a young person?
Yeah, because the first time I met her, well, they came to me and they're like, Mia wants to meet you and whatever. So I was just like, why? What's going on? Right? And she's just like, listen, Mama, let me tell you this. And like, she was just like talking regular. This is before she became prime minister. She was the leader of the opposition. And she's like, you know, I don't give a ras about like she was just talking regular. And she had her rum, drinking her rum, and she's at like an event, like a dancehall event, right? Because she loved her music. She loved her reggae, dancehall, soca. Like she don't play when it comes to her music. So like she will answer you, even though you might be levels beneath her, she'll still answer you and be like, where you going with that? Who you talking to? Like, but like, you know, like Andrew Holness now, he would never ever like address a reporter like how Mia Motley would address them and stuff like that. Like he would always still give, you know, the diplomatic answer. So for me, like I know in Jamaica, they like to draw you out. It's a draw out thing is kind of what is part of it. But in Barbados, we don't get drawn out. We come out. Like you call us, we come in. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like the battle of the social differences between us. Like Drea Nation's island person too. Like Drea Nation will cuss you. Like you call her, she's coming. So that's how we are, right? So when you're then dealing with, you know, a different social setup, it's hard because they're saying things to draw you out, and you're supposed to ignore them, but we're used to coming out. So now we kind of like, okay, we can't come out because they're trying to draw us out and we can't come out. You know what I mean? But Rambo, big up yourself, man. You gonna call back in some other days too? Do we have other topics?
As long as if we're free and like, you know, the topic can speak on it, yeah, I'm sure.
What's your schedule like? We'll work around you, you know. You should DM. Actually, you should need to DM me on IG, and so you can add me to WhatsApp. So I'll tell you when we go on live, and you can come on. Can you do that?
Yeah, me do that. Me see if I can do that.
Do you have a burner account that you can give me? That you can link? You can give me?
No, I don't do that. My IG page, my IG page, business, think about a month ago or so.
Oh yeah.
So I really am at everything on IG.
Okay.
Really. I don't have time for that.
Well, my IG is the same as my YouTube. Same exact name. All right. So have a good night. Stay out of trouble. Don't rough up nobody about cartel. We know that's your man. That's your boy.
Look, me tell you something, man. I can't say it like this. You see Cartel you know?
Yeah.
Cartel don't have to sing a next tune
True.
For me.
True.
Right? Him don't have to do. We have whole heap of Cartel. As we say, we being a Cartel fan, me I prefer Blacker Cartel than the Cartel. But anyway,
True.
not saying so boy the Cartel right now no give it some tune we can say yeah we appreciate, but we prefer Blacker Cartel.
True.
Blacker Cartel we grew up on.
True.
We hear Blacker Cartel before enough people.
Yeah, man. No, we were talking about him last week. We're like, I'm like, I don't even think this is him, and he doesn't even sound like him anymore to me. You know what I mean?
No, you know sound like we not sound like him not the look. You see, Cartel evolve over them decades in the music, you know, unbelievable. You know, Cartel did a DJ back in the time when Cartel just a breakout, you know, man. Cartel did hungry and one piece of the business, you know, man. Cartel give all 3-4 tune per one rhythm, you know.
Yeah,
and all
man.
of them are bad tune on one rhythm.
Yeah.
Much tune.
Yep.
Different variation too. So like say a one set of tune, different style, on one rhythm.
Yeah.
So as I say, Cartel don't have to utter a next word.
Exactly.
You don't have to sing a next note. You don't have to do none of that. Then.
Yeah.
Right?
Expressions, Jay, big up. Yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. Well, Rambo, you gave me a very good birthday gift. Revealing yourself. My birthday was last week Tuesday. So yeah. So yeah, I got the reveal. So now we know when. So when I'm in Jamaica and I see you on the road, I be like, now I know who you are. I'm gonna see you.
How do you say?
I was there in Jamaica. Yeah, when I was in Falmouth when I was there the last time. No, Martha Bray. I know the road. You know Martha Bray. You know what Martha Bray?
Oh, you mean you're very close to me.
Martha Bray. You don't know the road that we run the road in the supermarket. People are like, Babbzy? I said, Jesus Christ. People in Martha Bray know me. So if you know Martha Bray, then I was in the mansion house. That's like kind of right where the highway exit. If you turn right, the house is there. But if you turn left, you're going towards a KFC and some gas station. Then you know there. You know,
yeah, the road, man. Yeah, the road, man. Yeah, the road.
All whore. Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll talk, though. All whore. Have a very good night.
All right.
Stay out of trouble, because I can't save you. I'm too far.
As always.
All right, be good. Love you. Coffee Tea. Expressions J.A. Nikita, send me the song. Jamrock Records. We're gonna be bringing on Singing Melodies. Singing Melodies going to be at a show in Toronto and Montreal in September. We are going to have Singing Melody pass through to talk about that, and a whole bunch of other people that need to pass through as well. So sorry for moving the day. My internet. You know me. I'm like this weirdo. Christina, you telling Christina calling? You calling Andrea. So my internet, when I started blogging, I wanted to stream in 4K. And I'm like, hey, Monica, what's up, girl? So I'm like, how come I can't stream in 4K? Because the program that I use, it does a test. And the test was always saying I failed. So I'm like, why am I failing the test? So I found out I needed to upgrade my internet so that the download speed was faster. I was like, all right, let me go get an upgrade. So they do the upgrade. But what happened is they did the upgrade leveraging the Rogers infrastructure that was here before. And I'm on Bell. Okay? Understand how lazy these people are, you know. So they updated me and gave me what I needed, but they did it on the Rogers system that was here. So I don't know what happened, but the whole Rogers system collapsed. So I don't have a house phone right now. If you call my house phone, it's not going to ring. The TV just came back. And then the modem, I had to get a brand new modem. I had to get a brand new everything. Like, these people actually built the infrastructure on the Rogers stuff and their Bell. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? So that was why Tuesday I was like, okay, if I tether from my phone, I'm not going to be able to stream in 4K. There's just no way. So that's why I said I'm going to have to just move it to later. And then later, Blaxz yesterday Blaxz and Ricky were not going to be able to make it. So I was like, I'm not coming up here without them. So that's why when we put up the we are quitting post, I know you guys spazzed out. We're not quitting. We're not going nowhere, man. We gonna be here. Plus, sponsors are trying to step in now too. We're not going nowhere. All these guys that want to go live when I go live and do this shit, let them do what they gotta do, man. Because no matter what, the people still gonna rock with Team Babbzy. That's just how it's gonna go. So I don't like this makeup that I put on today. It's greasy already. Why am I not able to get matte foundation anymore? Like nothing is matte. Everything is like looking like grease. Don't I look like I rubbed down with lard oil? I feel like I look like I rubbed down with lard oil. And then I had to pull out one of the dreads. It was too tight in the top. I did it myself. I tell you, let me talk in Beijing now, right? So the people can't understand what you're saying. You know what going on, right? I tell you, with COVID, I learned a few things. I learned how to do my own nails. I gotta go and fill them in now and all sort of thing, man. I getting good, yeah. You understand what I mean? You tell what I tell you. Why are you guys tagging me to Gallus in Paris's post on IG with asking me to translate what Beijing Farah is saying? He said that Americans coming to Barbados and they sick, and as you touch them, you're sick. Something always wrong with you, and then you want to come down in paradise in Barbados and come and make us sick too. Very clear to me. I don't know how that go, but pick up everybody. Sorry for moving the day. Oh, you want to hear the Bajan? Might look like I rubbed down in lard oil. Look how I look so greasy and thing. And the lights in here, right? The lights is be bright and thing, you know. God blind, I'm gonna tell you. If you don't look good, you will get blinded by the light, you know. I don't mean blinded by the light like in Amazing Grace, you know. I mean blinded by the light. Oh, you want to hear my Bajan accent? You guys won't understand me? Anyhow, let me go. I did do my hair though myself. But it was too tight here. I had to loosen up some of them. They're tight, boy. I had to learn a little trick trade and thing. Look, my face coming back, chisel it again. I leaning out my hard face. Anyhow, folks, I gone love you. Stay out of trouble. Nikita, Christina, Drea, Jam Rock. Rambo Canambo revealed himself today. Drea, we gotta talk about that. Montague, big up yourself. Coffee. Listen, calm down over there, you know, Coffee. Calm down over there. Hear what I tell you? Calm down over there, Coffee. Calm down over there. So, Roger Hines, my husband too. What's up? Okay, we'll be back on Tuesday. And now that the summer carnivals are over, Rambo, you follow me on IG? Okay, I'll check it right now. Now that the summer carnivals are over, Fantastic Friday's coming back. So we're going to have a whole bunch of people passing through. We have to get Super Blue along with Gabby. We're doing a 3-person segment with them. You're going to like that one and enjoy that. Marshall is supposed to come through. He has been really, really busy. Fridays is tough for soca artists, and all summer's been busy, right? So you know how that goes. So Marshall's got to come through. Super Blue and Gabby are gonna come through. We still got to get the panel of the Grenadian artists, which is Terra the Governor. Oh my God, what are all their names again? Lil Carey, Brother B, Tal Pre, and Mandela Links. Yeah. Okay, I remembered all of them. And I gotta big up Quan, the artist that won Road March. I thought Edwin was gonna get it, you know. But anyhow, love you guys. Stay out of trouble. Where can we get the hair that I have? The hair that I have is called Free Tress. Ziggy something. I'll send it for you. I'll put it in there for you. Nita Locks. That's what it's called. Free Tress Nita Locks. That's what it's called. So on the ends, it's lighter. Well, yeah, that's the ends. So I was gonna put it up in one, but it's too tight. Miss Wells. Oh, I gotta give you my voice.
Miss Wells, Wagwan, Vendetta 555, Ocean and Bamba Crack Dog. Yo, make sure Miss Wells, me love you. You know, say me love Vendetta gal them. You know, we love the Vendetta gal them out of room. Them look goody. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Me need to sing something, and then me gone. Me need to find a song to sing. Sing. Me sing. Me don't want to cry right here now. Cause God, me don't know why them a fight against Babbzy pan Instagram and YouTube and me don't know. Me I go sing something though. Then get a girl them come let me sing for you now. Come in. Yellow Records. You wanna peace treaty? Awesome, Baba, also comfortable with him then. Then get a 555. Usha coulda what's up? No, that's not the song. No, me shame myself. Me shame my blood clot self. Another song, no. When I know Bamba clot stuff, I don't know the song. No, dog, I don't do song, I don't do rhythm, I don't want to sing this one now. Well, I know. Yeah, I'm gonna sing this one now. Holy pussy them. I still make money, I'm still fuck one bag of girl. Then that's a 5-5 push, big up Kid Chronic. Holy pussy them. I still make money, I'm still fuck one bag of girl. Holy pussy them. Miss Wells, you wanna be one of my girl them. Holy pussy them. I don't know the song no more, I'm tired. Oh no. Hey, holy pussy them. How me do it? Am I Honda? How me do it? The run for the storm, I've been through it. How me do it? Just never beg a bomber clot. 5-5, what's good and what's up? A bomber clot, we can't stop me, man, what you do now? Hey! Yeah, man. You think say 5-5, what's when I go nowhere. Big up my man. Big up my boyfriend. Alkaline, me love man. Man, we love. Man, we will fight fine on the road. How you mean? We love man. We love blood clot man. Yeah. Pussy hole, you know your bro